He's got the vertical of an ant.
Dan.
And the speed of a sloth.
Dan. Jay.
You know why those jokes are funny? Because none of them are true.
Don't say a word. Do you know why those jokes are funny? Do you know why they are funny, Jay?
Why is that?
Because it shows how insecure Dan is.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge Show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
January 9, 2024, the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, broadcasting from our world headquarters in Tampa, Florida, right by the airport, pretty much. We didn't have so much insulation, Lummy, and we didn't pour a concrete. Basically, we're in a warehouse that was built in 1982, but I built a concrete bunker inside of a warehouse, and that's where the studios are. All four walls are completely concrete. So, Lummy, that's why you can't hear. Otherwise, if you're in any other part of the building, you can hear like literally, it sounds like a jet's crashing into you.
And those planes are going out quickly this morning.
I got to tell you that the landing isn't as bad as when they take off, because when they take off, they're about 1,000 feet above the building, but they're full throttle. Like, those, whatever, the 727 MAX and whatever the standard, Spirit, Frontier, Delta, American, Southwest. I think this might be a big hub for Southwest.
Will Davis, 99.99 super chat.
Thank you, Will Davis, on the super chat.
Neil Malplaisir, 25 on the Venmo.
Because when they're Neil Malplaisir, thank you. When they're landing, they're they spool up their motors. But it's different than a full throttle when they're trying to get out of here, and they're trying to get as much lift and it just like jet thrushes you down here. But the building is a fortified bunker, if you will. And so if we ever had a fallout, well, no, the ceiling isn't concrete, so it would come in through the ceiling. I mean, that's just like, what do we have, like 6 layers of insulation?
Yes, we do.
On top of the building?
We have a ton, yes.
Yeah. Lummy, guess what came in yesterday?
What?
Our new Christmas tree.
Oh, awesome!
That's great.
It's so beautiful, and it came in 3 boxes.
Wow!
So I put them in the shed already.
Oh, okay.
So they should be okay.
Perfect.
Well, putting them in a shed, Dan, if not being in an atmospheric controlled, will that cause problems for the thing?
I don't think so. As long as there's not moisture.
There's no moisture.
Then you're good.
There's no moisture.
You should be good.
It's just
warm.
It's
summer.
in the summer it gets warm, and in the winter it gets cold.
Cold's nothing. It's just the warm, and as long as it doesn't melt, you're fine.
So, Lummy, next year we're gonna do that Christmas tree, maybe on the stage, but that one's like 13.5. So we're gonna have to measure, because the old one might have to go up on stage, and the new one then go in that little corner over there by engineering.
Yeah.
That'd be beautiful to have 2 trees like that, would it not?
It sure would be.
Sure would be. Thanks. Appreciate you.
I can't wait for next year.
Will you send me that Michelle Obama thing?
Yeah, I'm getting the link. I just sent you the news story on the storm.
Oh, yeah. Even Dan, didn't I completely call it last time that all of these, oh my God, this severe storm is coming, button down the hatches and let's close the schools, and oh my God, we're going to have sandbags and all this kind of deal. And it ends up being, listen, if you look at my weather app, it says we're going to get 1.25 inches of rain in the next 24 hours. That's it. That's it. That's it. With gusts like up to 35 miles an hour. That's it. So you might so maybe a few of your lawn chairs might blow over. Maybe you get a little bit of rain. Maybe if you have a leaky roof, this will be the time that it'll be exposed. But That's it.
I heard there's catastrophic flooding possible.
Coastal flooding.
Yeah.
Jesus, aren't we? But have we not learned our lesson with regards to like every little storm? 10 years ago, this was just a thunderstorm coming through here, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, it's Bubba Delgado, and we got a thunderstorm. Might be severe in some spots. Expect maybe potentially some flash flooding. And some wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour. But we'll keep you posted here on Channel 13. I'm Bubba Delgado. Oh, there's a tornado warning out too. Okay, see you later. Boom. I'll break in. We'll break in as it intensifies. This is ridiculous. Even Dan's closing his office down early because the girls that work there have kids and they're canceling schools and all this kind of deal on a mother effing on a thunderstorm. That's what this is.
I think they're worried about tornadoes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's always the tornadoes.
You can't worry about tornadoes.
Endless.
You can't predict
How are they?
tornadoes.
Spot
Well, I think
creation takes just minutes.
What?
I think the liability lies in the fact that you would much rather make it type 1 error versus a type 2 error.
Or
so what I'm
you would
saying,
just much rather go through about 20 type 1 warnings, oh my gods, and nothing happens.
Right.
I mean, like, when's the last time, Lummy, that we actually had anything? But boy, even two storms ago, remember how bad it was supposed to be?
Oh, yeah.
It was nothing.
Well, that's the thing is like you it's fine if it's nothing. If they cancel everything and it's nothing, fine. But if they're like, oh yeah, go ahead, you'll be fine, and then something catastrophic happens, then everyone's in trouble.
The headlines on Fox 13 right now: Pinellas County prepares for severe storms. Jesus, what a bunch of pussies.
And now, Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delgado.
Oh yeah, they're doing like this is a 4-minute piece. This is a 4-minute piece.
Bubba, look to your right on the upcoming. Look at Pasco County preparing for upcoming storms, and they have people live.
Yeah, live from the sand pit that a guy took maybe 4 shovels full.
Sky Tower radar forecast.
Kind of a cloudy and cool day today. The temperature hasn't changed much, and if anything tonight,
I feel like they're like, man, these are the type of moments we need. We need about 6 to 8 of these a year in order to keep our weather porn / ratings going, because they get a ton of. Because listen, for the most part, all the old bags at the Groves and let me all these all the old people that don't have jobs, they're just riveted to the TV. They may not be watching Channel 13 throughout the day. Maybe they're watching Price is Right, or they're watching whatever the hell old people watch, History Channel, But now they would not be on Channel 13 and whatever stupid ass programming they be doing. But now they're riveted. Everybody's riveted to Channel 13 or Channel 8 or Channel 28 or Channel 10 locally, when normally Grandma will be on. She'd probably be streaming or maybe on some cable deal. And now she's riveted to Channel 13 on all the local stations, and all the local stations know that. They show B-roll footage. I don't think this is live. See, look at file. If you guys look up there, see where it says file? That's not even this storm. That's file footage from the last storm.
I think a file footage from that hurricane that we were supposed to get.
Yeah, that might have been it's just ridiculous.
it's probably going to rise.
Didn't I bitch absolutely go crazy, Lummy, the last time we had one of these storms and everybody flipped out?
Sure did.
God, you're stupid.
It will be 68, 69, 70 by daybreak. Winds are picking up from the southeast, 14 miles an hour. Here's
14. Don't bust me up.
Squall line right now, moving through Lafayette, Louisiana. Heavy rain. Saw a lot of lightning on this video a few minutes ago. That is the squall line that'll be moving our way. It's not going to last all that long, but when look at that. Whoa, look at that.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, that's coming through tomorrow. And then behind it, a quick shift.
Hold on. One little lightning strike behind him. Whoa, look at that. Damn. But
in the wind, maybe an hour or two, if that, of rain and storms, and then we improve certainly by 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So this is a big storm.
So let me see if I heard this correctly. He said that we might have an hour or two worth of storms.
Yep.
That's it. Then relief quickly behind.
At like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Are you kidding me?
All the way up in the plains. This is southern.
Is these storms supposed to be today?
Yeah, at 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. So they canceled school for a storm that comes
Hold on. So they canceled school. They canceled school for a storm. Well, they're like, we're going to be transporting the kids back to school at that time, and we could have big ass, some stop sign could blow over or something like that. And they think of the worst case scenario and go and get catapulted inside the side of the school bus and take a kid's head off, like a South Park episode. I mean, nothing that happens.
Illinois, Galesburg.
Here's what's going to happen. Moms like Romina who cannot drive on slick conditions might get it. You know what, Dan? You as an attorney should want the streets wide open during these conditions.
Oh, absolutely.
As an accident attorney, you're like, man, I want hydroplaning. I want wrecks. I want it all, right?
Yep.
Didn't COVID now just within the personal injury attorney space, the niche, there's, like Regina Hunter's family law. Kevin is criminal and personal injury. People, there's little niches of and you guys are personal injury, right?
Yes.
And so being a personal injury firm, you probably like
traffic.
And I think COVID-19 really put a big damper on personal injury firms. Well, because not as many people were driving. Everybody was all freaked out. Not as many car wrecks. Not as many, back surgeries. Not as many anything.
Yes, surgeries were shut down, and it was hard for people to go to the hospital. But it's hard to get hearings. But most importantly, the light traffic was fewer accidents. Way fewer accidents. Fewer accidents,
and then the legal system pretty much just shut down. So you could have, like you guys with that big motorcycle case, you guys were ready to go, and then COVID got in the middle of it.
Yeah, it pushed it back almost a year.
Yeah. So anyway, we got a big-ass storm coming.
Ooh,
they've canceled schools. They've canceled. Dan sending his workers home early. It's ridiculous. I can't wait till tomorrow and say, man, I was at my apartment watching this storm and nothing happened.
Nothing burger.
Yeah, unless we have a sunroof tomorrow here.
What's that?
Unless we have a sunroof tomorrow.
We won't.
Windy.
Me and Red and Creatine Travis and the Merch Crick about 2 years ago completely resealed our roof on the rivet / screw line, Dan.
Oh,
so
really? So it's tight.
So where your failures on when you have a roof, a flat metal roof like we do on all warehouses, the failure isn't the metal doesn't corrode and there's a hole in the metal. The failures are the seams.
Right, the seams, because they peel up off a seam.
Where they seam the two pieces of metal together, and then they pop, rivet, and or screw those two pieces down into an I-beam. Well, they use a rubber grommet. Well, after years, this summer, the heat will bake those rubber grommets, so that they're fragile.
And they crack,
and they don't, and they're no longer acting as a rubber grommet. They're now letting water through. So what you do is you take this Elastaroof or this roof coating, and you then put a big coat of that over those screws and seams, and you've completely, you've seamed up your roof. Probably got another 5 years out of her. So I'm thinking one of these days, Mark and Paul are going to have to put a new roof on this place.
Yeah, most likely.
Now, when they do that, do they just put a roof over the existing roof, or do they tear it off?
Most of the time, they tear it off.
They do?
Yeah. If you want to save some costs, you just put it right over top.
Oh, we could do that probably.
Yeah.
Me and you and Big Red. Me, you, Big Red, the Get Fresh crew, and a High Reach from Sunbelt.
And then just put a bunch of tar on top.
Bunch of what?
Tar.
Yeah.
It's 32 degrees.
By the way, you're going to be the tar man, okay?
Oh, perfect.
I've seen some of the worst burns from tar.
And the storm
I'm sorry. Back in the day, when we were kids, you'd hear like someone was tarred and feathered, and you would think it would just be kind of a ridicule thing. It was lethal. If you were tarred and feathered, you died.
And the feather had nothing to do with it. The feather was for visual effect.
Right.
The tar is what killed you.
Right.
It literally melted your skin off into your skeleton.
Right.
And then they rolled you in chicken feathers and then drug you through the streets dead with chicken feathers on you. And it would be that guy got tarred and feathered, and that would be like, the ultimate way to die.
Yeah, but you wouldn't really usually die right away.
Die?
You wouldn't die right away. You would die like a day or two later.
From
the burns.
Your body just gets
because when you die from a burn, especially the first 24 hours.
It's not like your heart burn or nothing, is it?
No. It's just the initial death from burns is from dehydration, and then secondary deaths are from infection. and the lack of ability to kind of maintain fluid because, your body is sealed. It's like a plastic bag. And when you burn yourself, you lose that seal.
Or cut yourself.
Extends really from the Dakotas all the way to the Gulf Coast, moving to the northeast.
Yeah.
Then behind that, lots of cold air spilling out of Canada. Quick hitting squall line. That's the headline. This is not going to be a...
Hold on. This guy, they're even telling you. The news, you know what? Weather has people so freaked out that when you say this isn't going to be that big a deal, the public wants it to be a big deal. The public's like, well, oh my God, there's a storm. We got to freak out over the deal. I know, but Paul Delgado said this isn't going to be that big of a deal. It's still going to be a big deal. I mean, right? Listen to what he says.
Several hour rain event, maybe an hour or two again. Inside that line, there'll be strong and gusty winds. We'll be watching radar trends to see if one or two.
Man, Paul's forehead's quickly becoming a 6-head, is it not?
Wow.
Man, he's
weird.
That ridge of honor. That ridge of honor.
Mountains
Two of
behind
those
him.
stronger cells and kind of spin up into a tornado. I think the highest risk of tornadoes is mainly north of Tampa Bay, up towards Ocala and Gainesville, and Tallahassee and points west down I-10.
Please hit my track.
Sure.
Hit it. Yeah, we are so insured. Hit it as hard as you want.
Away from the storms, the winds tomorrow will pick up from the south and be gusty all day in advance of the squall line. We'll also watch for high water. We saw this.
We got 2 or 4 feet above normal levels, which is very survivable by most people. And we got gusts up to 40 miles an hour. So that means you're going to have sustained winds of about 20, and every once in a while it'll hit a 40 gimmick. That's listen, unless you're living in an RV with your awning down, it's very survivable.
Yeah, close your umbrellas.
Yeah, I think it's mostly they just want to keep people off the roads.
Yeah, right.
On the pre-Christmas storm that moved across.
And they should just say that. You know what? There's a little bit of a storm. Stay off the roads.
Well, it's hard if the kids are at school. I think that's why they're taking them out.
The Gulf, and that produced water levels a couple feet above ground level, above mean ground level. I think that could happen again. Tomorrow's winds shift quickly to the west and southwest late tomorrow.
How would you like to have a job where you can say, I think that might happen again, and they herald you as a, expert weatherman?
Yeah, weathermen and pollsters. Their accuracy is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night. As I said, huge storm, impacts from the Gulf Coast all the way up to the Dakotas.
To me, it looks like that storm is going to go way north of us.
Obviously, the northern side is...
Unless they saying this squall line right here hulks up and turns into Andre the Giant?
No, the south side is rain and storms. This is the squall line, and if you look at it, it's really not that extensive as far as the width of it, and when I look at the high-resolution...
Man, we are a bunch of pussies. Even how we digest and live through storms that are just small little squall lines where common sense would take over. Maybe that shows you how stupid society is, that you have to button down the hatches and do stuff unnecessarily, safe, because the average person can't think in a safe manner. Right? Yeah. Maybe our generation of young people are so stupid that you got to button down the hatches and cancel school when there's just a little bit of a storm that comes. Man, when I was a kid, it would be snowing like hell, and the road plows would be out and everything, and you still had to go to school, and your school bus driver had to pick you up, and it was just like, there'd be like 8-9 feet of snow, 8-9 foot snow drifts, and you'd be walking to your bus station with to the bus stop, with gloves and boots and a full blow jacket with a scarf around your neck and then around your face, and it was like I don't know, like 5 degrees, and you still went out there and just maybe that's just another example of how each generation's getting softer.
Also, regions.
Yeah.
You know, Florida is very sensitive to weather, whereas people like in Indiana, just like, you know, they're used to it.
They're more conditioned. They're rugged.
They are rugged.
When you have to sit through a winter storm and just drive through it and live through it, and maybe you have a wood-burning stove, which means you have to go out and split wood during the summer, or just, you know, heating a house is far harder than cooling a house. And, you know, because like Lummy, the only way that you can cool a house is through air conditioning, right?
Yep.
Well, you can heat a home up north with a fireplace, with a wood-burning stove. So it's just not a machine that does it. You can actually manually heat your home. And a lot of people do that so that their furnace bills aren't so extravagant. And furnace heat is far different than natural heat. Like a wood-burning stove is natural heat, and it doesn't congest and stop you up as much as the forced furnace heat.
Did you guys have to get like oil every fall for your furnace?
No. Our furnace was just like also our air handler. We had it on our air conditioning, on our central air, deal.
Oh, you didn't have to do like a separate oil thing? Because I know like in Jersey and Philly, a lot of families have to like fill up their oil for the winter, and they run their furnace off that fuel.
A lot of them do that, but we were on the electrical grid with regards to electric heat. But we did have a back room that was kind of our rec room. It used to be a garage. It's like one of those deals. I mean, when White Triz turns their garage into a family room,
oh yeah,
that's what we did.
Nice.
Because Big Doug Clem had a 6-car garage in the back, so we don't need that little attached garage. So my dad hired a guy named Doug Walls Construction, and they came in and made it a rec room. Well, in the corner of that rec room, we had a TV in there and a couple of couches and things like that. That's where we'd watch TV. Well, then in that room, we had a wood-burning stove. And then during the summertime, this is what makes kids tougher. During the summertime, when I was, like 11 and like 12 and 13, my dad would find these various farmers that had these fields that they needed logs cleared out. Like logs had fallen down from a lightning strike or whatever. And so my dad had a Poulin, like a 32-inch Poulin chainsaw, and we had a maul, and we had a wedge, and then my dad got a trailer that he could pull. So we would go on the weekends during the summer and go to these farmers' fields and cut up these big logs and put them in the back of this trailer my dad made. And then we'd have to take these big logs back to the house, and then you'd have to split the wood because you just can't throw a big log in your warm. You have to split it.
Right, well, it won't burn.
And so you have to split it with a maul. You don't split it with an axe. You split it with what they call a maul.
Is it the wedge thing?
Yeah, it's a wedge. It's not a sharp, heavier wedge thing. And so you'd have to split it, then stack it. And then, Lummy, we would need we needed about a cord and a half or 2 cords. Yeah. See, the volume of wood, what a lot of people may not know, is measured in cord. Did you know that?
No.
How do you spell that?
C-O-R-D. How many cords of wood? And here, watch me drop the mic on all you bitches. Dan didn't even. You know what? I don't even know that Dan knew that.
I didn't know it. I've heard that word before, but I have no idea what the reference is to it. Like it's a cord, like a bucket.
Wood.
A cord. A cord of wood is like
128 cubic feet.
Yes.
How much?
Here we go.
128 cubic feet.
Hey, Alexa, how much volume is a cord of wood?
A cord of wood is a volume of 128 cubic feet.
There you go.
It is a standard unit of measurement for stacked wood, typically measured as 4 feet by 4 feet by 8 feet.
Did I not just drop the mic on each and everybody here and here?
4 by 4 by 8.
I sent you a picture of what a full cord looks like.
So my dad, we would try to cut. We would try to cut 3 cords of wood because during the summer, Lummy, because 1 cord, we always tried to have a cord that was drying because freshly cut wood is still green and it doesn't burn that well. So we always had 3 cords, and so the cord that we used was 2 years old. But Lummy, we
that long you'd let it age? It would
yes.
So it's not a matter of weeks or months. It's a matter of years.
Yes.
Wow.
So right there, Lummy, is a cord of wood.
That's a lot of wood.
One full cord. Now, I don't know if that's 3 cords of wood or that's all 3 sections is a cord of wood.
It looks like a 4x4x8 section.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like 4x4x8.
Yeah. So
Perfect.
yeah. So we did it a little bit less high and longer. Like we did where we stored our wood was in the back of my dad's garage, in the back property part of his garage. And Lummy, we had it just like this. We had 3 sections, but they weren't as tall. They were far longer.
Oh, okay.
They were like half as tall and longer. Because my dad felt as if Doug Klim had all these theories. He felt as if there would be too much pressure on the bottom 2 rows of wood, and it would cause it to go into the mud, and we'd have mud on our wood because there was so much weight on it.
Oh, nice.
So, anyway, we usually cut at least 2 cords and tried to get 3 cords in. So think about this, man. Most kids are out doing whatever. I mean, what were you doing, Dan, when you were 10, 11? I can specifically remember it was when I was 10, 11, 12, and 13. It was those 3 summers because after my 13th year, I could go work at the park department during the summer and not have to cut wood.
Nice.
Which was making money.
Of course.
$2.13 an hour.
It's better than 0.
That's what I made in my first year at the Warsaw Park Department, which I think was in 1979. Was $2. It was either $2.13 or $2.38 an hour, whatever the minimum wage. Hey Alexa, what was the minimum wage in 1979?
In 1979, the minimum wage in New Jersey was $2.50.
Yeah, in Jersey.
New Jersey.
In 1969, $1.30.
Well, I made what did she just say? $2.39.
Yeah,
that's what I made an hour. And I worked at the work, but it was so much better because I was having to cut wood all summer for free, or I could go clean toilets and pick up trash at the beach for $2.39 an hour. What would you rather do? And cutting wood is not easy. It is hard work.
It's
God. Dan, what were you doing 10, 11, 12, and 13?
Making pee bombs on the beach.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you'd pee into a...
You get on your knees and make a V with your body and stack, fill the gap with sand, pee, and then back away, and you'd have a perfect circle of the pee bomb, be like a snowball. And then you throw it on your brother or your friend.
Wow.
We were heathens.
Nice.
Wow, and you turned out the way you did.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that worked hard and went and he ended up being an imbecile and barely can hang on. And the guy that was dropping pee bombs when he was 10 ended up being a doctor, a lawyer, a dad, a coach.
Models that run through tonight and tomorrow. The line moves our way,
hold on.
but it stays fairly narrow. Inside the line, there's been strong gusty winds. You saw the lightning in Lafayette. We'll be watching that. It'll go through late tomorrow and tomorrow night. The winds will shift, and that's about it. We'll pay attention to water levels.
Hold on. The winds will shift. Did I hear him correctly? And that's about it?
Yeah.
Did I hear him? Oh, sorry.
They drop, too. They go from 45-mile-an-hour gusts to 8-mile-an-hour winds by midnight. I mean, it's goes from really strong to nothing.
So
tomorrow, there's 4-mile-an-hour winds.
So this is this afternoon, right?
I think they just don't want all the buses getting stuck in the middle of it.
I'd much rather them say, hey, listen, this is not that big of a weather event, but with regards to transporting our children via the public school system, this storm's going to however big storm it may be, it could potentially cause some transportation issues with kids going to and from school. So don't everybody get panicked out. Your house ain't going to blow over. You're not going to get any flooding, but we're going to cancel school today just because this event could happen in the afternoon when we're taking our kids home. This is strictly just a precautionary deal for getting our kids home safely tonight. That's it. Not 5 minutes of how this squall line's going to diminish quite quickly. I mean, they're eating their own logic, are they not? As severe as they want to make this, they're saying that as severe as they're trying to make it, their reporting does not reflect. Right?
Correct.
I mean, hold Sorry.
Points are coming up as they do when winds turn south and southeast. Look at the winds for 10 o'clock at night. 21 St. Pete.
21. Look at the winds. If we can't survive a 20, I mean, please.
15 Sarasota, 14 Tampa, 16 Brooksville, 25 on the East Coast. Low pressure.
Back when I moved here in 92, Lummy, this would have been a thunderstorm. Please.
Eastern Texas, rain and storms, Atlanta and Memphis.
By the way, we don't live in either of those places.
Wichita snow, Omaha snow, cold air plunging south, 29.
I mean, if we were saying that that above Florida and above, I mean, I'm sorry, not Florida, but if you're north of Florida, you're probably the next couple of days going to have some nasty weather. Looks like there's a lot of snow, like north of St. Louis on up, clear up into Fargo. And then it looks like there's some heavy thunderstorms from Little Rock down to Birmingham over to Nashville that could be heading, northeast. So it could affect, Columbus, Ohio, Washington, D.C., Bristol, Raleigh, New York, Burlington. That's what I see here.
Yep.
That's what should be reported. You people got some storms coming your way. For the people probably above St. Louis, it'll be snow. And from the people below St. Louis, it'll probably be a thunderstorm. That's it.
That's it.
Now back to some more big pharma commercials. Go. Hi, we're Purdue. We're asking you to get the latest vaccine, which is the N151Z1P1. Dan, what is the new vaccine variant?
The new COVID variant is the JN.1.
And Albert.
Now, how do they determine what they call them? Like how does that happen?
There's
like they already have all the hurricanes named what they're gonna be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have is COVID become so popular now that they already got the names pre-picked out?
They did have some names pre-picked out, and I don't know where JN1 came from. It seems like it's a little different than the Omicrons.
What's this one now? The JN1?
Just think about January.
Turkey,
JN1.
18 in Denver.
It's the January 6th variant.
Yes, it is.
Coastal
It's
flood
only if you're
warnings
MAGA.
Here we go.
Again, significant coastal.
I got a whole spin on that too, man. They're going crazy. If you were even there, I'm hearing stories now that the FBI is so freaked out over this deal because the FBI, obviously, whoever the president is, controls the FBI, except for Trump. Trump tried to let them do their own thing, and they boomeranged back on him. That's one of Trump's biggest mistakes is he should have come in and put his own people in the FBI. But he didn't.
House.
But he didn't.
Two mistakes he made. He should have cleared out the Justice Department as well as the White House staff because the old White House staff undermined him the entire time.
Right. Man, if I'm the
Didn't
president.
he fire James Comey?
Yeah, but I mean, he
3 years in.
I don't know if I'd fire the chef and the grounds crew, but man, I'd probably fire everybody else. I go down and talk to the chef. That's the first person I'd interview. Be like, let me tell you something. I'm the president here, and like what happens if I I don't know, like at 2 a.m, I want you to whip me up something. Okay, is that off the clock or how do we do that?
Mm-hmm. He tried to have that meeting, and they threatened him that if he fired Comey at the beginning, that he was, going to have problems for doing that.
Yeah.
The flooding for a time when the winds begin to shift to the south and southwest late tomorrow and tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah. This is bad. Oh.
2 to 4 feet. Citrus County north, about 2 to 3 around Tampa Bay, and 1 to 2 feet south of us. Severe risk, again, I think it's higher north of us. It doesn't mean that 1 or 2 of the cells couldn't spin up a quick tornado, but I do think there's a higher probability of that up towards Jacksonville.
All right, I've seen enough. Lummy, this is insulting my intelligence. Tampa Bay school closures and cancellations announced ahead of the storm. Here's a working list that will be updated as more locations are announced with potentially severe weather approaching Tampa Bay, which is going to be just a thunderstorm with some wind.
And then they get a half day tomorrow, too.
Pinellas County Schools, as of this report, schools will be open for normal operations on Tuesday. However, any student who is absent due to weather circumstances will have it marked as an excuse absence. Well, you know what you say, Dan.
I'm home.
Please.
Yeah.
Man, you know
Kidding.
what? My house got flooded. And I had to stay home and help my dad sandbag.
Yeah, exactly. I had to fill sandbags.
Right.
Your word.
Maybe even take a picture of you holding a sandbag, right?
Exactly.
Go down to the sandbag place because they're all over. They put them all over.
Yeah.
And let me take a picture of you
digging it in.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, "See, look, that's me down at the sandbag place."
Couldn't get in.
Gulfport, the Fresh Market in downtown Gulfport has been canceled. In addition to the historic Gulfport Casino's Tuesday ballroom dance, which by the way, Lummy, is where I had my wedding reception.
Yeah.
The Gulfport Casino ballroom. The tango dancers are canceled.
Oh.
Additionally, the nighttime activities at the Gulfport Recreation Center are canceled. Pasco County schools will be closed on today. Scheduled after-school activities and extracurricular are also canceled. So it'll be like football. Oh, no, there's no more football. It'll be like girls basketball and boys basketball practice.
Canceled.
Wrestling.
Right.
The school district plans to reopen on schools on Wednesday. It was originally scheduled as early as blah, 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 blah. Schools are canceling. Some are not canceling. Dan's shutting his office down a little bit early. Everybody's freaked out over the big storm that's going to end up being just a little old thunderstorm.
Yep.
It's not going to be a big deal.
Big nothing burger.
Lummy, I need you to get me Brandon the Quad's information to Brent, because Brent was like, "Listen, where are we going? What hotel? Like blah blah." So get me BTQ's information, or at least put Brent and BTQ together.
Okay.
On a text.
No problem.
Because
and his mom probably.
Yeah, and his mom. I got to think. Yeah, he can. I got to think that Brandon probably can't physically text.
Oh, he does. It's very difficult, but
Can we get some video footage of it?
I'll have his mom made, because they're already driving. They left yesterday.
They did?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're coming from Iowa.
Yeah, that's right. This is a big. And when you travel with a quadriplegic, I got to think that you have to be on Xanax or Valium the entire time.
Well, especially
She
with
probably gets
Brandon.
a little sleepy. Has to make a few rest stops. Back here driving you crazy.
Let him
I
out.
wonder if she ever just wants to put a bag over his head. Because she's just like, I can't take another second of this.
It's just most of the time he turns him around to face the other way.
Think about it. If she turned him around to face the the corner, and then she turned the off button of his wheelchair, so because back there in the back somewhere, Lummy, there's an off button.
It's got to be.
Or there's a disconnect the battery button or something.
Yeah, there is.
We have this old one, and there's a bona fide in the back off button.
Yes.
So just think about it. She gets mad. She's tired of him every day. I mean, for how many 40-some years?
Yep.
PP catheters and get me this, get me that. You can't do anything. Poor guy. And think about. Listen, raising a kid's hard enough, but raising a handicapped,
Forever, right? You're only supposed to do it for like 17, 18 years.
Right.
You have to do it for like 45 years.
I'm talking about like an infant or a toddler. They need help walking and stuff, but can you imagine doing it forever, changing diapers forever?
Forever.
Yeah.
So that's when you sometimes get fed up, and no, you don't put the pillow over his head while you're sleeping, but you do park him in the corner, then turn the off button up and let him. I wonder if Brandon knows that he's like, that's like, I'm in trouble, I better back it down a notch when Mom puts me in the corner.
I think he does.
I'd be like, please, Mom, don't put me in the corner. I won't be irritating anymore. Don't put me in the corner. Because think about it, Lummy, he can't reach back there and turn the.
Sure no.
He's
He's stuck.
Yeah, poor guy. And he watches a lot of porn, does he not?
Yes, he does.
Yes.
And his mom knows all about it.
Oh, she knows what kind
Just
of.
clean up after him.
Yeah.
Dan, I'm sorry. Let me be. When I go into words, when I come back, have we got any input or backlash or a pop over my BARP dress code that I instilled yesterday?
No backlash.
Are people excited?
Oh yeah.
Now, Dan, are you familiar with the dress code?
Yes.
Okay,
which is dress code?
Sexy, everything goes from naked to none.
Yeah, from naked to a nun. There you go, Danny. Look, I don't give the belt to you on that one. But now, Dan, maybe perhaps you will get the belt if you roll in your little Tinkerbell pants that you're going to wear to accentuate how big your penis is. You said that, buddy.
I did say it.
You did, and so that's what we got. That's what you got to go with.
I ordered.
You did.
You did.
I just don't know if it'll be here in time.
Oh, sure, whatever. I don't even want to hear those rules. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that excuse. Because we can find a local place for you to go buy it. I just need to know where your wife's head is right now. Can we talk about that?
Ass. No, I don't have an answer yet. I'll have an answer probably by the end of the day.
Dan.
What?
The answer. Have you told her my proposal?
Yes.
Okay, what did you say to her?
It was a text this morning because I was dealing with a crisis that I don't want to go into right now.
Okay, a home crisis?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to get into that. But we can get into how you asked Romina, or, I'm sorry, did you tell Romina what I wanted you to tell her with regards to potentially missing the BARP celebration?
It was by text this morning.
Okay, can we go over that when we come back?
Sure.
All right.
He's not part of the solution. He's part of the problem. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
Does cholesterol only stick
Honey, did you get that credit card info from?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Getting it taken care of all right after the show.
What's that?
Getting it taken care of right after the show.
Okay.
And I just linked Brent and BTQ and his mom up.
Okay,
Good.
good.
Likes to stick with his turbulence. Hey, Lana, will you get me a bonus when you come back?
Yep. Do you need anything on?
No,
No,
good.
good thing.
So they tend to turn, like, you know, if you see a river, there's turbulence in a river, you'll see like debris stack up. Same kind of thing. You'll see like weeds or branches in like one section of the turbulence. You know, you'll see all this roughness, and then in a little corner of it, you'll see like shit piling up.
So where
And
is
that's-
that turbulence related to?
There's branching arteries. Why, like the carotid is a place to get turbulence. That's what makes that from here. The stethoscope.
I was reading something. Again, I don't know if it's true. I was reading something where it said it doesn't really matter what your cholesterol levels are. It's all about how much. I'm gonna fuck up this word.
Internal damage.
Arteriosclerosis.
Arteriosclerosis, atherosclerosis, athero.
Yeah.
And some vessels are stickier than others. But, you know, internal damage. But how do you damage inside your blood vessels? Inflammation. It would be everywhere, but it's not everywhere. It forms what is turbulence. Good pull-ups, Jay Gator. The Wiz, call the office, please, on that. I agree with Snizlock. I should pee in a sandbag.
Gator. So, Maria, is it true you're going to come in a sheer dress? Please confirm.
Comes up in Petersboro. Good morning. Mary Guatemala. Good morning. Seville Brenda. Right from John's Island. Never trust a fart over 40. Ace Choco Clem. Iowa 69. Iggy, good morning. Creatine, Big Red. Purple Lip. Unity 17. Thank God. Pedro the cool guy. I gotta call you the police. That name is one of my favorites of all time. Maybe Short Stroker. Man's crushed cigarette.
Okay, Maria. We're all very excited about your attire for the party.
Kane Powers, Big Buck, Elkhart Rob, morning, Tom Guru.
Hi, Elkhart Rob.
Bubbles, divorce lawyer, morning.
Good morning, Fan in Orlando.
Beach metal detective, make sure you stand outside during the afternoon with an umbrella.
Yellow sundress? No way. It's way too cold for that.
It's like 50.
It's too cold for a sundress when there ain't no sun. You gotta see that video of the guy that jumped over the desk and
I'm gonna watch that.
assaulted the judge. He's back in front of her.
Yeah, I saw that. I got that story to talk about.
He's licking
Did
a
they
muzzle.
have him in the
He's
like
licking a
Silence of the
muzzle.
Lambs, like tied up with a mask and
Dude,
stuff?
he had like a muzzle on. He had like shit on his.
They did
like,
have muzzle.
It looked like a muzzle to me.
Yeah, they have muzzles.
He had like padded blocks on his hands.
So they did
and
like
a 360 of officers around.
That's so funny.
I mean, it was for
Silence of
show.
the Lamb kind of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. It was funny. Though.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. Trying to send a message. Look around and find out.
I love those videos.
Mm-hmm.
Mindy. Fan Orlando.
Look at him.
I apologize for interrupting your regular program.
Yo, Power Pick. Oh.
Should hit these with everything we got, sir.
Living vicariously through his bizarre world.
Imagine how much protein's in my body.
This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Lummy, if you're thinking about buying, renting, putting on consignment, just a weekend rental, or maybe you're going to go full-blown. You're going to buy them and buy it all. Giant Recreation World, they're blowing out their 2023 models, and their 2024s are on the ground, my friend. All makes and models and brands, pop-ups, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, Class B, A, C, gas, and diesel. If you're looking for it, they got it. Before you buy, sell, consign, or trade up, go to Giant Recreation World and check out what they got for you. Visit one of the 3 locations near you. Winter Garden, Palm Bay, or Ormond Beach. Check them out online at giantrecreationworld.com. And if you're going to do a deal with them, tell the guy, hey, I listen to Bubba. Supposed to get like a discount or something. The best thing is, like, if you're going to, like Dan, for instance, if you're going to, like, Sebring for a big car meet and you didn't want to stay in the hotel that's about a mile and a half or 2 from the track, you instead wanted to stay, because some racers probably have like Prevoses and things like that, and they stay right there in the pits. You could, I'm sorry, go ahead, Eddie. Yes. Sorry, man.
Right.
You there?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. No problem.
Oh, good.
You could get a hold of Giant Recreation World and say, hey, can I get a badass fifth wheel right there in the pits at Sebring? You know how much cooler it is to stay right by the car?
It is. And some guys have these like badass, like you said, RVs that they stay there, and they have setups for it, and hookups and all that stuff. It's made for that.
50 amp, 30 amp, sewage, all that kind of deal.
Yep, everything.
Anyway, Giant Recreation World, if you just want to just be a weekend warrior and just, rent for one specific event rather than to buy, this $350,000 EPO, let's just rent it, right?
Let's rent it. Why not?
Exactly. Yesterday, remember, I think, was it yesterday or was it
last week?
The guy from, was it Vegas?
Yes.
There's this dude from Vegas, and he was being sentenced by this female judge and everything was going okay. Well, first of all, the bad guy. We'll call him the bad guy. The bad guy is represented by this little lawyer, and this little lawyer he spiels out some stuff like, Your Honor, Jerry Numbnuts here needs to have some more counseling and some more therapy and put on probation because we think that he'll be more ability to contribute to society if he was a free man getting therapy. And she put the brakes on that. Said, well, thank you, counsel. I appreciate your suggestion, but this guy's got a long rap sheet. I think that we take, and I think our actual words were, we take a different course with this guy, and which she's like saying, prison.
Yep.
Because that's the one thing he hadn't done, or he did a little bit of it, but he'd been probationed and violated it.
Obviously hadn't learned his lesson.
Obviously, his demeanor he needs to be. This is the kind of animals that need to be in prison. A guy that can't stand in front of a judge as a gentleman and accept his punishment as a gentleman. And instead you feel that you need to Superman over the desk and dive at the woman that's giving you the sentence. You are not a productive citizen of our society. You are not normal, and you can't obviously be trusted or control your own emotions. You are the kind of person that needs to be incarcerated.
Yep.
You are... for real, like they're incarceration.
Like a dangerous dog. You know? You're a dangerous
exactly.
dog.
You're that
impulse control.
You're that dog that bit all the kids in the neighborhood, and they took him down to the dog shelter.
They bit everyone there.
And in the middle of the night, he got the good news.
It's like Biden's dog.
Yeah, he's a biter.
Oh man.
You know what? I'd rather have Biden's dog run the country than him.
Yeah,
you say, "Hey, Sparky, poop on the left or the right for a yes or a no." That would be as effective, would it not?
Yeah, half of his decisions would be better than Biden's.
Right.
Well,
I'm saying
Biden does bite less people, so
he does. But he'll sniff the hell out of you.
Yeah, sure will.
He's a serial sniffer.
Put his nose right up in there.
So the guy from Vegas that jumped over and attacked the judge.
He's got some hops too, doesn't he?
He does.
He's got some springs.
Be like, listen, you know what? I'm sending you to prison, but we're putting you on the prison basketball team, okay?
Right.
I'd love to see you do the triple jump.
I'd be like, man, listen, you're gonna go to prison, but we already got you starting forward for the prison basketball team.
It looks fake how high he jumps.
Yeah.
It looks like it's almost fake.
Guy's got some hops. Maybe you can be on the prison high jump team. I don't know. Anyway, but at the end of the day, he did that. Well, now he has to the sentencing and why they were there got completely suspended because of his actions. So now they've regrouped, and it's time for him to now be sentenced like he was the first time, this particular time, but with some precautions, and it's in front of the same judge.
Which is awesome.
Perfect. Here it is.
It's a little different this time.
A little different.
Different vibe.
Last time he walked in with just regular street clothes. For real, last time was just regular street clothes. Look at him now.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, he isn't doing. Go ahead, F around and find out, buddy. And I got some thick-ass brothers with a Chinese kicker in the back.
The Chinese kicker?
In case you get squirrely.
Yeah.
I got a big white guy, a big black guy, and a big Filipino guy. I got all, and then I got another, and then I got this other undercover black guy. Like, you just go ahead, F around and find out. Johnny Shackle Boy with a spit mask. That's what they call that.
Oh, is that what that is?
A spit mask, yes.
I thought it was a muzzle.
Nope, it's a spit mask. So, sometimes cops will be arresting a dude and, wants to spit and be a dick. They just put that mask over him, and he can spit. He just spits on himself. Idiot.
Mr. Almasi is here now.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Hold on. Do they even have his hands in bags? Hold on
it's
here.
Like pads.
Yeah, they're so he can't do anything. They're like little mittens.
So he can't
like a
even
little baby, so he can't scratch himself.
He can't or scratch the officers. This is about as extreme as I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I was laughing.
Other than them hauling him in with a refrigerator, a hand dolly like they did Hannibal Lecter.
Right.
This is the next thing, is it not?
Yes. I mean, it's just one step below that.
All right, this is on for the continuation.
And I got to be honest with you, I don't necessarily wouldn't have a problem with them putting them on a hand truck and strapping them down and wheeling them in, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a far more efficient than having them shackled down. You're going to get them down that hallway faster than shackle up Jones.
Look how many cops are around him.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
This might be see this guy back here?
Yeah.
He's probably undercover Willie. 8. And there's probably a couple more we can't see.
Yep.
Mr. Redden's sentencing. When we were last here, arguments were concluded and the court had begun to pronounce sentence when an incident occurred. An incident initiated by Mr. Redden, preventing the court from completing sentencing. That is the sole purpose for today's hearing. Any other issues that may arise from the events that occurred last Wednesday will be handled at a future date by a different court.
All right, so she's saying,
you know why?
We're just here to sentence you on the original deal. I cannot take in consideration of what you did to me or what you did in this courtroom on this particular sentencing situation. That's going to be handled by a different court at a different time. So you're fixing to get some more stuff added on. Right, Danny? That's what we say.
Yeah, she can't preside over the assault on her because she's actually like a witness to it. So you can't preside, or you shouldn't even be a lawyer in something that you're a witness of.
The only thing she'd be able to do would be potentially be a witness.
Right.
Because it was...
she's a victim and the witness.
Right. So the a different judge would be like, Your Honor, Mary Kay, Hooligan, Hothus. Your Honor, Hothus, is this the gentleman that attacked you? Yes, it is. Is this the gentleman that you were so afraid that was going to choke you out and kill you, even though you look like a Barbara Streisand? Yes, it was.
Gave you the head injury?
Yes. Are you seeking counsel? Are you seeking therapy for that? Are you hearing voices? Yeah, but why sue that guy? He ain't got anything.
He's got nothing.
No, there's no.
Purposes of the record, I want to make it clear that I am not changing or modifying the sentence I was in the process of imposing last week before I was interrupted by defendants.
Man, I mean, you're a better person than me because I'll be like, you know what? I had something set aside for you there, Jerome, but I'm going 3 times stiffer now, buddy. I'm within the guidelines of the state, and so hold on. Here we go. Here come the charges. You're a better person than me, Mary Kay. Because I would say, Rusty the bailiff, hold him because I'm going to go over there and bitch slap him right across the face.
Nice.
I don't would say anything.
Kick him in the balls.
The old days.
Wait, so he's going to be charged for the incident, right? And then someone else is going to judge him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's just here to give him his original sentence.
Okay.
And she's now, making sure she's publicly saying that the sentence that she's handing out was the same sentence that she had already set aside, but prior to getting attacked, and that her getting attacked had nothing to do with her. Yeah, exactly. Now, her friend, who's a judge, because they all hang out in the back together.
They're all friends. Yes.
Yeah.
They're all social.
They're all buddies. And so don't think that Judge Bill Ray McGillicuddy isn't telling Mary, hey Mary, I got that guy that attacked you. I'm gonna really lay the wick. I'm gonna lay the wood to him. I give him 15 years for attacking a judge.
Nice.
I wonder how many potentially what he could be facing in those charges, right? So that you could potentially score out what he's going to get. Let's see what he gets here.
My calendar page from that day, an exhibit for the court.
So, Dan, she's even saying, I'm going to enter into evidence my calendar for that day and what I had scribbled down and what I had written down and my notes for the sentencing of this guy. So she's really covering her ass.
So
she's just making sure she doesn't get appealed.
Exactly. She's covering herself for an appeal.
Yep.
Exactly. She's trying to prevent an appellate issue.
Is it not sad that I know so much about this?
I know. It's amazing.
She's like, let me go ahead and further insulate this case and let you know how fair I was going to be then and how fair I'm going to be now, because the last thing I want you to do is to have an appellate issue on my behavior.
And you also see how calm she is.
Very.
She's not dressing him down.
Nope.
She's not doing anything emotional. She's being completely stoic.
Nope. Can you imagine if she was in front of Chet Tharp?
Existed.
Remember, Chet Tharp would give you a talking to before he would sentence you. He'd be like, some guy touched like some kid would touch like some grown man would touch like a 5-year-old girl and like do bad stuff to her and molest her and everything. And he'd go in front of Judge Chet Tharp and he would give the absolute stiffest penalty that the state offered. And then prior to giving him that statement, he would stress him down. He's like, you know what? You're the biggest piece of scum. You're a scumbag. You know, for you to do this and to ruin a poor little innocent girl's life, you know, I'm giving you the maximum sentence because you're the absolute scum of the earth. He would tell you, and sometimes he'd get in trouble, Dan, by the DOC or by whoever whoever governs the bar.
Throwing that in,
yeah, the Florida bar. Like he had some appellate issues because he would throw his own stuff in there.
The moment I walked in, prior to anything happening, nothing's been changed. Indicating the sentence I intended to impose. So I'll let you back for a moment.
See, and now this is just a prime example how capital punishment on your children work. Spanking that ass every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Corporal punishment.
Yeah.
Capital punishment.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I was going to say, what?
Potentially might. You know, yeah, corporal punishment works. This guy, when he was doing it his way, was a dick, jumping over tables, attacking the judge. But, you know, throw a little stiff corporal in there, and he is Johnny, you know, Johnny
move.
Gentleman. Well, still, he's Johnny Gentleman. He's not flailing around or nothing. So if you beat your kid on the ass a few times, they don't like that. It hurts. And then they don't do the behavior that caused them to get their ass warmed up.
That's right.
Yep.
Probably considered a bad dad.
All right, that being said, in accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court does now sentence you, in addition to the $25 administrative assessment fee, $150 DNA fee, the $3 DNA administrative assessment fee, and $250 indigent defense fee, 19 to 48 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections.
19 to 48. Let's see what she picks, Lummy.
How much credit for time served does he have?
It's 0 days. He was on probation when he committed the offense and was revoked on probation to serve the jail time October 25th. That time it expired at or about the time of the plea. So,
0 days credit. Mr. Almasi, if that's different, let us know and we'll fix it.
I will.
The motion to quash court is moved at this point. And for the record, I just reflexively wrote 0 days credit time served on the notes.
This guy, and by the way, all the time that they've held him, he's getting zero credit for whatever reason. But that's what they're talking about right now, and Danny, like they're like, for whatever reason, he's not getting credit for the
time served.
2 weeks that he's been in there.
Nope.
Yeah, how you like scratching your nose with your little baby mitts on there, buddy?
As of right now.
But if you had one of Bubba's shocker shirts on, guy could just be sitting there in his jumpsuit, no big deal. Starts getting a little frisky. The dude hits the button, takes him right down like a sack of potatoes.
Exactly.
Wait, you have an invention?
I did have an invention.
Like a shocker shirt, like a shock collar, but for a shirt?
No. So it, you know, with almost anything that a guy could potentially wear for a shirt, whether it be a suit, whether it be a jumpsuit, whether it be just a shirt and jeans, whatever, it's not uncommon for a man to wear a T-shirt. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get these T-shirts that have these electrodes all in them. Mm-hmm. You know, front, back, and it sticks like EKG tape.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, each shirt can only really be worn once. So the municipality's got to buy hundreds of these shirts from your manufacturers.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
And it is hooked up to a shock collar type situation. So is the minute that guy gets a little squirrely, you just hit him. And he's now being shocked in his front and part of his body like a taser, and it renders him, you know,
compliant.
Yeah, and so listen to this: you go to every court system in America and be like, hey, this is our new system. You're going to need one for every courtroom. And you show them out. Your selling point, Dan, is all these outbursts and that all these I mean, you kind of play on the wokeness of protecting your judges, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, why not invest in this? It's a humane way. It's a very humane way. What's more humane? Shocking the guy and he just falls over and then the guys cuff him, or all 7 of those cops jumping on this guy's back and beating his head in?
after he started already hurting the judge.
Right. So
you could have caught him. Can you imagine, like, you see him lunge towards the...
You hit the shocker button.
Right as he's about to jump, and instead of jumping, he just, like crashes into the side of the
right.
judge's...
He just kind of fetal positions up because he can't do anything. He's getting just absolutely shocked.
Because he was stretched out.
And I mean, just like on levels of shock, like I have a shock collar. Well, and we've had them over the years, and they have like levels, like 1 you can barely hear, but 8 will take a grown man down to his knees. It's made for like a full-blown mad-ass Doberman pit bull. It's made to take, like subdue that dog. So, Lummy,
they would take you down.
You could, if you just think about if you had 10 electrodes in the front and 10 electrodes in the back, Dan, maybe not have any around the heart, but have it all around the rib.
Just have like a belt. You could just have like a belt with electrodes around it. And as soon as you hit
you could have
the whole midsection locks up.
You know what? A belt would be even better because it would be reusable.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a T-shirt would be,
just about those little metal things like the dog collar has.
Yeah,
it's like 6 of those sticking out in your waist. And you strap it in, you can't rip it off.
And you make
it's
it look,
locked.
and it make you aesthetically, you try to make it look like a regular belt,
right? So he doesn't look like he's weird in the courtroom.
Right.
So he can't argue. It's like, oh, look, I'm being.
And he can't be judged because he's like right now, man. If you're a jury, now this guy was obviously in front of a judge, and she had every right to. But I mean, he looks like a monster, so he's automatically judged if this was a jury trial and you brought him in. And this defense could judge, well, listen, you treated him like an animal. You dressed him like an animal. The jury's going to perceive him like an animal.
Right.
So, but if he has the Bubba Diaco electoral belt on and he's dressed in normal normal slacks and a regular shirt so that he looks like a regular guy and the jury doesn't automatically judge him even though he's a piece of shiz, and he gets up and tries to do that flying Superman deal and you hit the button, maybe, you know what, Dan? Maybe you even have some 2 electrodes on their testicles.
And they start doing cruel and unusual. I agree, but they would do cruel and unusual. But you give 2 buttons. You give one to the bailiff and one to the judge.
Yeah, exactly. and the guy gets a little frustrated. Boom, hit the button. He just goes down. Every municipality in the world would buy the Bubba keep the judges safe security belt.
The Bubba belt.
And all you need is 1 belt per courtroom. And before the guy walks in, you say, listen, we're going to put this belt on you. And it just looks like kind of a regular belt. And you, at the end of the day, if you got an untucked shirt, you can completely hide it. Right? Boom. And we have no more judges getting attacked. Let's see what this guy got. This has been very long.
The probation case number, just for the record, is C37077.
Bubba and Dan shocking belt. Keep your judges safe.
There you go.
Thank you.
Dan, it's like $10,000. Costs us maybe we probably got $500-600 in it. Charge each municipality $10,000. Each municipality has no less than 4 to 5 courtrooms, right?
Right, absolutely.
So it's $50,000 per.
Every municipality.
Yeah, please.
Let's do it.
We'd be as rich as Elon Musk. So what do you get?
48 months, 19 to 48 months. So this is over 4 years. He assaulted the judge over a 2 to 4 year sentence.
Right now. That's correct. The probation case number, just for the record, is C370775. Thank you.
He could get 5 for assaulting the judge.
Oof.
So he could double that. He could end up doubling that.
So she didn't say what he got.
She said
19 to 48 months. That was the original sentencing.
I know 19 to 48 months, but which one? What is it?
I guess it depends on his behavior.
So 19 to 48 months, meaning if you go in there and you're Johnny Good Guy, you get 19 months. If you're going there and you're Johnny A-hole and you're doing the stuff that you're in there originally for, then you might do 48 months.
What do you think he's going to do?
I say 36
plus.
Oh no! Let's not forget this. He still has to face charges on attacking the judge.
That's
right.
So and you said that could be 5. That could be 5.
It could be 5 for attacking.
So he's going to probably do. He's going to do 7 to 10 years because he's a scumbag.
Good.
Let me go into words, Dan. We got to get into the Romina deal. Remember, you texted her today about my message. Do you know what my message was? The fact that if she wanted to not attend BARP, I certainly understand it because it's her birthday, and if I was her, I wouldn't want to be at my stupid ass party. I'd want to have my own party with my girlfriends and drinking wine and having a Mercedes Sprinter that Dan pays for us, and you not being here in our parking lot, I
hating Bubba.
Right. See, you feel it. You feel it. You see it. At the end of the day, you cannot deny the fact that she does not like me. I mean, for real. Like, if we're being intellectually honest, you cannot deny the fact that she has an unbelievable amount of hate for me.
Yeah, disdain.
It just and Dan, quite frankly, it makes me sad.
I'm sorry.
But I'm just saying, like,
I love you though.
Like, but it's all just because. No, hold on, Dan. The reason why she doesn't like me is because your involvement in this radio program. It's not like she liked me before you. She liked me before you started being on the air with me. She had no problems with me. I was just one of your friends. Right. The hate has come since I have made you a co-host on my show. That's where the hate, and that's not fair.
No, it's not fair.
So I mean, like,
I think she's jealous of your attention.
Yeah,
that you get
she's
from
just
Dan.
jelly.
But that's not healthy. It makes me feel bad.
I understand.
Well, you can't control how people feel about you.
You've heard of the Mexican standoff. They're stubborn.
He's Bubba in need. The Love Sponge of serious psychotherapy. Bubba the Love Sponge.
Let me giant recreation world.
Yep.
Goes on. Yeah. I think I got a piece of cartilage fucked up. It's just certain angles, certain times. It's just like.
Does that mean it's like literally loose?
I think it was loose piece of cartilage there.
Close to it. Big Daddy Crash 369 611.
Clean it up.
I get scoped and debrided.
Have you ever had surgery?
Not like that. Or
Good
surgery.
morning.
Or like just surgery in general?
I mean, I heard, yeah. I mean, but little stuff. Cuts and stuff. You know, nothing
Have you been under?
Yeah, anesthesia. A couple times. The hernia they put you under for.
They do?
There was no surgery. Yeah.
Was it like soft? Like a tube sock? Was it all the way out? Or just a little bit?
It was here on the left side. It was just like a little like a grape.
Oh, okay.
Like a lump.
Yeah.
They started off as a pea, then it turned into a marble like overnight. And just went to surgery. Went from a pea to a marble like in a second.
Yeah. When was that?
3 years ago maybe.
Oh.
4 years ago. Yeah, it was very recent. They just put that shit.
Did you get your businesses out?
Yeah, but they did have a local.
Oh, you were like.
Lemmy, can you get on a seat together someday?
Well, it's not the same one, and it's the same one that she has now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. I looked at it yesterday.
It's not the brown.
No, it's the same exact black one she has now.
Well, then let's just keep it in storage.
Okay. Yeah, because the chair she has now is in good shape.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Thank you.
There's no problem.
See?
Huh?
What did you say?
Oh, about the chair.
Just trying to communicate with my.
You got your new chair?
No, it's your old one.
Oh. It sinks a little bit over time. Does it? You just haven't had a chance to assemble it yet?
No, it's this same model of chair is the one they sent.
Oh, it's not this model, it's that model?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Even the chairs that we sit in on the air are different than most on-air chairs. Most on-air chairs are like...
Morning, Rudy.
waiting room chairs.
Yeah, I think most. I don't. I think most of them are just like little, kind of like those ones that Anna used to wear, like the
little office, little bugs.
Little. That's what. Yeah, I think that's what most on-air
little
shows.
Office bugs. Yeah.
They don't got Mac Daddy. They don't got Mac Daddy big ass fucking kick-ass office chairs like we do.
What's up, Rodolfo Rivero? Morning. Quicker ticker.
Morning,
Baby Mercy.
Cut.
That's his essences.
Woo! Felix, will I be seeing you on Thursday? In town, I know Scout and Big Wolf are on their way.
What's up, Felix?
Allie and Nikki Peels are in town. I think they went to meat market maybe this week. What's the meat market? Is it really dangerous to age meat?
It depends. Dry aged meat is good. Most of the stuff like Burns will do dry aged meat, and so.
I mean, I understand it tastes good, but isn't it dangerous because isn't the green? Isn't it like it's mold, right? So with the aging, doesn't it like tenderizes the meat? I've recently learned about this.
Well, it's controlled in a. They control it in a. Like
I know, but like then they have to cut that part off, don't they? Because it's fucking.
I don't think it gets moldy. I don't think that.
But that's what the aged is. Isn't
It's just drying it out a little bit, getting all the blood out of it. So that when you cook it rare, it doesn't bleed everywhere.
How long do you use it
Oh, I think it aged for like a month.
Anna thinks of the
Usually
stupidest
months,
shit
and they,
sometimes.
how they
I'm
do
reading
it,
a book on alternative
it doesn't rot it.
It doesn't rot.
No,
No,
it doesn't
whatever
rot
they're
it.
doing, it doesn't rot.
It doesn't rot
You just leave meat out?
it. No, it's in a temperature controlled atmosphere.
It's dry aged, but it's
But
cool.
not a
Still, it's not like 75 degrees.
Exactly.
It's dry aged cool.
But won't meat rot in the fridge if you keep it in there, you know?
No,
Listen, stop asking questions about meat, shit that you don't give a fuck about.
I do care. That's what I'm asking.
No, you cannot ask questions about things
Oh, I
you
didn't
don't.
know that. Those were the rules.
And a lot of times
You
they-
can't ask
they
questions
try to
about things that you
develop
don't
some of the fat
consume.
content.
You have no fucking. You're not consuming any of that
Emily,
shit.
So I can't ask questions.
No.
I don't consume heroin. I have questions about it.
Yeah, well, we don't. We're not answering them. We're not answering your dry stuff.
Okay. What the fuck?
Bubble for life.
Let's get down to business.
If you were locked away in an insane asylum,
Maybe it's time you let me get on with my job.
this is what it would sound like.
I don't think that Americans would find that funny.
No, it is not a joke.
We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge.
Then our bumpers are awful aggressive, are they not?
They are. They sound good.
Lummy, much love to Kevin and Bob. And I think maybe Lopez and Will, all from Sunbelt Rental. I think most of those guys are going to be here. I know Bob and Kevin are going to be here.
Yeah.
For BARP. And, boy, Lummy, whether it's you or Koreatine Travis or me at the track, we all use Sunbelt. And what would you do without Sunbelt? My God.
Oh, they have everything.
1-800-NO-SWEAT. 1-800-NO-SWEAT or Sunbelt Rentals. Is it sunbeltrentals.com?
Yes, it is.
And you can, put your zip code where you are. I'll tell you the nearest Sunbelt rental. They got a great search location. Then you can pick out what you need. And maybe I need a little Bobcat. Maybe I need a box blade. Maybe I need a chainsaw. Maybe I need a trash pump or a shop vac or a welder. Or just, they got it all. Street sweeper, excavator, high reach, anything a real man would need, Sunbelt's got it. And our boy Kevin and Bob, I think, will be that's the two I think are coming, right?
Yes, it is.
Kevin and Bob.
Yep.
Sunbelt, 1-800-NO-SWEAT or sunbeltrents.com. Thank you so much for all that you do for us. Fish on the J, Lummy 25, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. That's how we keep it all running. It's a unique dichotomy, this radio program. As I see, I wasn't even going to get into the is it Odyssey that was formerly CBS? They now the big headlines in radio is that they're going to file bankruptcy, and I think their lenders are taking over, and they may fold into Cumulus and then start selling off stations. Radio's in trouble right now. And you know
why? Because you don't have you.
Well, that's one of the reasons. Not me necessarily, but I represent that guy that is not safe as the next guy. Can I play 7 or 8 rock records an hour and have a goofy little team talking about the local weather, the local football team, the local basketball team, the pop culture things, and little 2 and 3 minute speed breaks, and be safe? Or do I put Bubba the Love Sponge on, get a little heat, here and there? But my God, it would be. That's what radio has done, is it's ran people like me off. Joe Rogan, he went to KLOS and all the rock stations and talk stations in Los Angeles, and he was like, hey, I like to do my own talk show. Or like, get Paxan there, buddy. And so Joe Rogan's like, okay, I'm just going to do like a little podcast. Like where I talk to people, but it's not on the air over an FM or an AM frequency, or even over a satellite frequency. It's you record it and then you post it, people download it, and people are like, well, that's kind of reverse technology, what we got going on right now. Who'd want to do that? I wish I would have listened to Joe Rogan. I had Joe Rogan in my studios in 2008. I walked him to his car, his rental car, in between breaks. He's like, man, I'm telling you, you guys got a great show, and you guys got some great chemistry. And if you guys just after your show would sit down and do like a 15 or 20 minute like after show kind of deal and put it up as a podcast, I was like, messing Joe, I'm making like $5 million a year, buddy. I don't need to be doing a third show. I'm already doing a show in the morning, a show in the afternoon. I can't think about like doing another show.
Yeah.
But if I would have, please, where would we be now? Whoa, right?
Yeah.
So, Dan, what about Romina? This is a topic that we have to talk about, and you must be honest about it. And I need to try to wrap my head around why your wife hates me so much. I've never done anything to her other than be
Take away your husband.
Well, I mean, I am. I mean, those must be the. And by the way, she's got nice boobs. Oh my God!
How'd she get those?
She got them because her husband of 10 years plus said, no, I'm not putting them on you.
Oh.
You're not getting them. Even though I am the artist of the greatest boobs in all of Tampa Bay and surrounding. I mean, Dan, what's the, you've probably done boob jobs from girls that live in LA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right?
Oh, yeah.
Europe,
everywhere.
Sure.
You're the Michael D'Angelo of boobs. You like that?
Oh, that was pretty good. That was actually pretty good on us.
Yeah.
Almost strap-worthy, but not.
24/7 Dynamic Solutions, 25 cash up.
He's who's the what again? I'm sorry, the Michael D'Angelo?
Yeah.
The Michael D'Angelo. Whatever.
Michael D'Angelo.
Yeah.
Of breasts.
And so here you are. You're married to the guy. You're married to the guy that has a reputation of doing the best boob jobs there is, to the point where in the Tampa Bay metropolitan area, they are named, people call them in an adjective type way, or noun. Would it be a noun or an adjective? Diacos. Like you don't have, man, Lummy,
proper noun.
Look at that guy. Look at that. You don't say, look at that girl's boobs or T's. A lot of people be like, man, did you see those girls' Diacos?
See those Diacos?
She could have very well not have a set of Diacos. It could have been Dr. Flip and Blip, but Dan will get credit for all good boob jobs in town.
Yep. It's wonderful.
So
and
the
thank
woman
you,
that's
Bubba,
made
for doing that for the last 25 years.
No problem. I thank you. But so the guy that probably at the end of the day has helped your husband market I mean, Dan's had billboards and he's had internet programs and but the number one thing that made your brand what it, and please don't think that I'm trying to be arrogant, because I'm not. And set me straight if I'm wrong, but one of the greatest promotional tools for your brand was the 12 Boobs of Christmas.
Yes, and you in general.
Yeah, but I'm saying that particular contest, the 12 Boobs of Christmas,
which was really 24 boobs.
Well, yes, it was.
Actually, more like 26 or 28.
All right, whatever. Stop squirreling me on the 12 Boobs of Christmas, okay? I can only wish we could do that again. Dan was like, man, I mean, we've been told we can't do it by the Board of Plastic Surgery for whatever reason. But if we could do it again, oh my God, it'd be huge.
I know.
But anyway, one of the reasons why Dan got so popular in this area is for like a decade, we had a contest called the 12 Boobs of Christmas, and we gave out 12 sets of boobs to 12 women. Usually Dan would make it a baker dozen, and we do 13 women would get free boob jobs, and they would be lined up like for a mile to sign up for the contest. And so, just all of that. And then Dan would, if you just entered the contest, Dan's secretaries and stuff would send you a letter. This was way before email, Dan. Send you a letter and said, "Dear Missy McGillicuddy, you didn't get selected as one of the winners, but we'll give you $1,000 off coupon."
Right. Oh. So they'd have to give me that printed letter as the coupon. It was
right.
Actually, they'd show up, and literally so many girls would just show up with that letter and book surgery after the 12 breasts. So I was busy till July.
So here's the thing, Anna. We would have different.
Whoa.
So, Anna, we would have we had 12 winners, right? Mm-hmm. But we would narrow it down to 24. So we would go from 2,000 down to 24. So the 24 were the finalists. If you made it to the top 24. The 12 that didn't win
would get $1,000 off.
No, they would get like $2,500 off.
Oh, dang!
Like their boob job would almost be about what they
would be close to.
Yeah, I mean, it would be
close to nothing.
I'm just saying they get 20. Those 12 would get $2,500 off. Jesus. The 12 would get free, and then women's 25 through 200. I'm sorry, women's 25 through 2,000 got like $1,000 off. So Dan was just booking boob jobs like everybody was getting Diacos. So does Romina does she know that?
Mm-mm.
L Card Rob, 50 on the Cash App.
She doesn't know that I helped establish your brand?
She does, but doesn't appreciate the significance of it.
Can I ask why?
Language barrier?
No, stop. Don't act like little Danny on me when I'm trying to quiz your question. I want a man. I want a man that's been registered and tested to have an IQ of 142 and answer me questions in a 142-like manner, please.
Okay.
And that's not a 142 guy.
That's a wummy.
That's like an 86 guy.
Yeah.
No,
So why does your wife not appreciate my hard work? Now, yes, I am your friend, and I take you. This program takes you away from some stuff, but I can't think that this program takes you away from a lot of stuff, because half of this program, your children and her are sleeping.
Right.
For half of it, so you're not present for about 2 or 3 hours in the morning. That's it.
Right.
But what this radio show does do is one, you like it. She needs to realize it makes you happy, like you genuinely like doing this radio show.
Therapy.
Right. 2, it helps your brand, not only legally, but also your plastic surgery center.
Yes.
Certainly can't do any hurt on your brand.
Nope.
I mean, we mentioned your brand and your name.
Helpful.
Your name is your brand, and it's mentioned, I don't know, a few hundred times a week. And then to top it all off, she, who was an absolute prime candidate to get what your service is, after 2 children, a little bit of an empty skin envelope, in shape, plenty of breast tissue to work with, and you for 10 years, she was like, "Oh, Donnie, I'd like to have some Diacos. After all, my husband is named after these great things. Please, Dan." And you were like such a dick. You're like, nope.
Would she really ask you about it, periodically?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he would say no.
Nope.
No. It was the ongoing rib on the family. Like me and Steph, I'd be with Steve, and he's like, yeah, Dan still, Romina wants her boobs.
Please, Donnie, just one.
And like Dan says, nope. Like Dan, so I then feel sorry for her and know that she hates me and know that she doesn't like Dan being on the show. So I then tell Dan, hey, listen, Dan, seriously, like, you're my buddy and everything, but let's throw some boobs on your wife so that she doesn't hate the program and me so much. That should definitely do it. And it didn't. She just took them like just like an very unappreciatively, and was like, okay, now I got my boobs, and it did not. I did not get the proper credit. Did
you ever get a thank you?
Nothing. I've never had her
thank you.
No, after I had to bring it up to her.
You solicited.
She didn't.
It's like, why don't you tell me you love me? Okay, I love you.
She didn't. The thank you that I got went like this.
Please clap.
Didn't go like this. Oh, Bubba. She initiating the conversation. Oh, Bubba, I just would like to let you know that after 10 years of asking and asking, I never ever would be able to be given these beautiful 312cc willies. But my husband finally succumbed after pressure by you. And I was told that because of your influence on him, he gave me these beautiful knockers. They're the most they're unbelievable. I was the hottest chick in Carline. Now I'm the hottest chick in the entire school, mama-wise.
Oh.
Little Dan, you know what? Little Danny probably his kids, his friends probably rib him about how hot his mom is. Little Danny has to have the hottest mom. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. Like your wife's hot, and so little Danny, like he's not getting picked up by a big pig. There's probably some moms that are some big pigs.
I'm not going to point the finger, but
I mean, not all of them
shape.
look like Romina.
No way.
So anyway, I never got the thank you so very much, Don. Baba. Don would have never given them to me. He is such a prick. But you got them for me, and I love them. And oh my God, I am just. And they're done very nicely. I mean, Dan, you've seen them. Obviously, skin. How many cc's are they, Dan?
Like 300.
Yeah, exactly. And they look just unbelievable. But no, instead, this is how I got my compliment. Romina, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing so good. How's your boobs? They're okay. Okay, well, do you know how you got those? Yes, I do. I got them for you. Did you know that? Yes, I know that. Uh-huh. I mean, me.
Still no put over.
That's it. That's it. That's it. All right, so Dan, Saturday's her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday's also the Bubba Army BARP festivities, the big night, the night of the Hall of Fame induction, and it's just the night. It looks like the weather's going to be actually borderline warm.
Really?
Like for years.
I thought it was going to be 50 degrees.
No, it's going to be like.
No, they changed last night and this morning. Now it's going to be probably mid to somewhat high 50s.
Okay.
There you go. High 50s.
Yeah.
Like if you'd actually break down a lot of times you can go to a weather app and you can put in the day and actually put in the time. If you put in like 7 to midnight on Saturday night, it can almost tell you what the temperature is predicted hourly.
At 7 o'clock, 53 degrees.
Right.
And at 10:30, 52 degrees. So 53 to 52.
Yeah, and that's a light jacket. That's just whatever.
Yeah.
And for those, and now we have a very strict dress code now, which is
And light winds.
There is no dress code. So like the girls that are going to come naked. Do you think anybody will come naked, Dan? I mean,
I sure hope so.
Lummy, do you think anybody will come naked?
I think the closest will be Maria Guatemala.
Maria Guatemala supposedly is Trickney coming naked?
Is Trickney coming?
I don't know.
I don't think she is.
Oh, we need to talk to her and see that she's okay. And see
I talked to her a while ago and I asked her about BARP and I don't think she's coming.
Well, maybe let me get me Trickney's information. I could.
She's in chat right now.
Last question about BARP.
What?
Are you going to have the stage again?
Yes.
Okay, you are going to do all that.
Yes, but Dan, the stage used to be the stage used to be 20 by 20.
Mm-hmm.
Now our stage is 20 by 50.
What?
Going clear out to almost where the gate is.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's going to be a far bigger event. Yes, 20 by 50. And then Porterlet's over there on the side, the stage. We got the check-in deal. I got 3 bartenders. One's going to be inside here, and 2 are going to be outside. And so, I think, the Big Red's supposed to hang our sign. We fixed our sign. We think we did.
Yeah, Wednesday.
And Wednesday. And the dress code there is no dress code. You can be, in fact, the dress code is suggested slutty.
Less is more.
Slutty.
Yeah.
Like slutty. We'd like for you ladies to slut it up. And we'd like for you ladies that don't slut it up not to judge those that do. Because, what if Maria Guatemala, I've been told, Lummy, that she's going to wear a complete sheer see-through black dress. Like with with even her vagina uncovered.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
God bless her, especially in the middle of winter.
That's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Dan, you ain't got a problem with that, do you?
No, not philosophically.
Huh?
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
Why did you throw the philosophically in there?
I don't have a problem with it.
No, answer my question. Why?
I'm saying I have no problem with that. Like that's not.
But why'd you throw? If I feel like you're trying to legal beagle yourself or something here.
In case Ramina's listening, he has an out.
She doesn't We're so far down the road with Ramina. She hates me so much, and I love her so much, and I would do anything for her. And I would I would even cancel Dan. If Romina, if you said to me, listen, you really need Dan being on the show is ruining our family, then I would get with Steve and make sure it was okay, and I would tell Dan, you're off the show.
And then you'd be getting a divorce.
No, he wouldn't. And then he would, make his family would be better. He would fix the void that currently the show creates in his fatherly and husbandly duties.
Yeah, and just substitute with big dick.
What?
I would be a big dick.
Oh.
Bigger than you already are?
I thought you were going to have another hobby.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, more time to pump.
No, I was thinking someone else is big.
See, Bubba, that's the thing, too, is you take the dickness off of Dan when he comes in here.
What I don't realize is, listen, Romina, can't you open up your little mind by thinking that, listen, I don't like Dan, and doing, the show takes Dan away from my family.
I think it's more that she doesn't like her private life being radio fodder. That's probably my guess.
Yeah, this probably is not enjoyed.
yeah, but this is what makes us us.
Right, but it's not her choice.
And would you guys not all agree? It's not like I just exposed Dan's private life and Anna's private life. Like my life is up for grabs and is spoke about probably the most.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So, it's not like I'm trying to...
Yeah, but that's Dan's choice to expose his life, but she's, by proxy, also gets talked about, even though she doesn't want to.
That just shows you she doesn't know how to work, because she could turn that around.
Exactly.
I mean, she could turn that around.
Exactly.
Because you know what, Sophia and little Danny, if you guys all knew how to work, you guys could turn this around into a good thing. You know who my dad is? My dad's an internationally syndicated radio host.
That's right.
And he talks about our lives on the air. And he's famous. I'm not going to put some other things that you got going for you if it was coming out of your child's mouth. How large your penis is.
No, of course.
That's a little creepy.
A little weird.
And my dad is going to show up to Bubba's party on Saturday with a Peter Pan kind of deal.
Not green.
Like a Peter
Dan.
It's not a...
Peter Dan?
It's not green Peter Pan but it's Peter Pan tight.
Right.
It's Peter Pan tight.
Should I have the little green fedora?
Did you really order it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
well, it seemed
Dan,
like I had to.
Anyway, Dan, you did have a texting exchange with your lovely wife, Romina. You know what? I'm just gonna tell you this, Romina. If you're listening to the show, I'm done trying. I've tried to be so sweet to you. And I love you, and I think you're so beautiful. You are so beautiful. I even told you that the last party we were all at, Dan, 2 Saturdays ago. Did I not tell Romina, my Lord, you look just like the Jessica Simpson story we were doing? And she's like, Jessica Simpson? I'm like, uh-huh. And she's like, she's old. I go, she may be old, but she is absolutely unbelievably beautiful, and you look just like her. And I don't know that Romina, I don't know that she understood that was very much a compliment.
No.
So I'm just gonna ignore you and stay off your radar, and whatever. I love you. I love your kids. I just wish you guys wouldn't be so critical of me. and realize that the outlet that I'm giving your husband and your father is a much needed outlet, because he would be far harder to deal with if you took this away from him rather than to allow him to continue to keep it. But I don't know if you guys are that smart or not. Dan, over to you, my friend.
I agree.
It's just, Dan, it just can't be all that. I'm the bad guy and I spewed it all out and you just co-sign with me.
I'm co-signing, bro. Just sign on the dotted line.
No, you had an exchange with her today, and how did it go?
It just was a text. I haven't gotten an answer. So, I haven't talked to her. I just texted her.
What was your text? Can you tell us what it was?
Where is it? Do you want to go to the bar party or not on Saturday? Also, I need to know how many tickets we need for the Monday Night Football game.
That sounds very...
Yep. I said bar equals Bubba Army Radio Party.
Okay.
Just because I didn't know if she would not know what that BAR meant.
Here's what. It's actually BARP, BARP. It's not BAR.
Bar party.
Party or Bubba Army Radio Party.
It's BARP. We always say BARP.
Okay. BARP.
But that being said, that's not what I wanted you to say. I wanted you to say that Bubba completely understands if you would rather spend your birthday with your girlfriends and not at his stupid party. So please feel free, to do your own thing.
I think that via text makes it sound like you don't want her to go. Like if I'd be like, hey, don't worry about going. Bubba is cool if you're not there. You have to tell someone that.
How about
I had a family. First of all, I had a family crisis yesterday, so this was not talked about at all. And I'm sorry. I had to shelve it. I had other things that were more important that I can't get into right now. And I had a very stressful evening last night, so I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shut down the topic.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. It's not about me. It's about someone else in the family, and it's
I'm not even asking.
No, we can talk about it off air if you want.
No, I don't want to know.
But
I want to know nothing
just,
about it.
It was a.
I don't want to know nothing about it.
Is everything okay?
I don't want to know nothing about it. All right. Well, whatever.
I'm sorry.
Me too. Because your hot wife's not going to be at the party. I don't even want her there now, personally.
The real target of the best right-wing conspiracy.
What the hell? What the hell? What the?
Bubba the Love Sponge.
I've heard the word surreal, and that's all there is for it.
Man, you're all dressed up today.
Done better, huh? Yeah, sure did, damn Perez. See there, boss, can't go wrong there. Obviously around that time you got the beaches. But at least you'll be close enough to the trout. And then you just have to drive for Busch Gardens. But everything else will be a lot closer. Thumbs up. That's right, get the thumbs up. Right there, show your shirt.
Hello. We're not so smart, Gary. So close. I'm gonna Skippy 77. Pitbull Labrador, Steve the Grumpy Old Man. Three. Go. Oh, I had to go out. That's okay. Next break. We stuck with sorry, guys. Try to make it quick. And the next one.
Thank you. Hey, how about?
Lovey?
Yes, Bubba.
You didn't put my tea thing away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
With a squirt of soap to let it do.
I'll do it.
Oh, I'll try to give back a good foot love her.
There's a squirt of soap.
Yep.
Coleslaw. You going Monday? You're 3150 months. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
Yep.
Time to scratch that itch, is it?
Listening will give you no health benefits, but all the carcinogenic after effects.
Stop waiting while you're here for a change.
We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Thank you to everybody for getting me those one-liners, those bumping ins and bumping outs. Trying to particularly pay a special amount of interest to Bubba Army HQ. That's what I'd like the majority of them to promote. I got a female who's a voice over person, Lummy, that's going to cut these for us, and then Brad's going to put them all together for us.
Oh, perfect.
We all have a heartfelt reason to support our blood pressure. In fact, more than half of the U.S. population would benefit from blood pressure support. Super Beat Heart Chews are an easy and convenient way to support healthy blood pressure, and they promote heart healthy energy, too. Paired with a healthy lifestyle, the antioxidants in Super Beets are clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective at promoting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle in itself. Over 30,000 5-star reviews and counting. Super Beets is the #1 doctor, pharmaceutical, pharmacist, and cardiologist recommended heart chews for cardiovascular health support. It's blood pressure support that you can trust. Super Beet heart chews support healthy circulation so that you not only get blood pressure support, but you also get heart healthy energy without the crash. Support your heart health with Super Beet heart chews and get a free 30-day supply of Super Beets heart chews and a full-size bag of
turmeric.
It's $25 value. It all starts and stops with BubbaLovesBeats.com. Get this exclusive offer only at BubbaLovesBeats.com. Thanks. So there's one thing I want to, as we're talking about, you put Brandon the Quad and Brent and Brent texted me yesterday. He's like, hey, I need to know Brandon. Yeah. I love when the things that I've put together, people are very proactive on getting them done instead of not getting. Best. Don't you love like over communication?
They take the initiative. Yes.
Like I love. Okay, so Brent's wife Caitlin and Lupe and Miche are all going to have a sex pile with Brandon on Thursday at noon in Brandon's hotel. So yesterday, Monday, I get a text from Hallie saying, hey, I need Brandon's information so that we're, on time and at the right place on Thursday. And I was like, God, that is the best. I got a guy that on Monday is already trying to tie the event together on Thursday. Isn't that the best? Mm-hmm. The opposite ends of that is,
are you still coming?
Last minute.
Is this happening?
Cancellation. Somebody's got the N1, B1, Z1, C1. That's so. Anyway, Lummy, I think you put those two guys together,
yes,
right?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Thank you so very much on that. So as we talk about BARP, with the kicking off of BARP will be with the annual Brandon the Quad, sex pile. Brandon the Quad knows that this year might have some things that we haven't had. This is the 3rd year we've done this, Lummy, and I think every year it gets kinkier and kinkier.
Yes, it does.
First year it was just Caitlin and Brandon the Quad. I think that he orgasmed 2 times, I think.
I believe so.
And then the last year was Caitlin Hatley, Brandon the Quad, and Miche. Miche is part of the Lupe and Miche couple. And is she a Puerto Rican?
Sure.
She's a hot little Puerto Rican number. And it was kind of a threesome, 2 girls on a quad. And which worked out really well. By the way, all of this footage is available at my OnlyFans account, onlyfans.com/The Bubba Army. And you're going to be, we got it all, pillar to post on both sessions. So this being the 3rd, we're thinking, hey, here's a guy, if you got laid just once a year, I mean, you probably want to, there's probably some things that you would do that you wouldn't do if you get laid 3 times a week.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
100%.
So you're like, okay, listen, I only get one shot at this once a year. So maybe, mixing a penis into this deal isn't a big deal. And so Brandon's, no, so I guess it might be a bisexual foursome.
Time.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what, Lummy? I don't think we're going to actually even put a description on this pile of sex that Brandon the Quad's going to be partaking in at noon on Thursday. I know a lot of people already in town. Greg and Amy. I think Wizzy's in town.
Oh, Nikki Peel and his hot wife.
Oh, Nikki Peel and
they
Allie?
went to Boulogne, and they loved it.
Perfect. Remember the dress code is, Lummy, at the end of the day, if a girl, slut.
Anything, yep.
Slut it up.
Anything goes.
Slut it up.
Slut it up.
Do you think there's any woman that has enough swagger that would just roll up? I bet you Krista Diaco might show up naked. Or would Steven be just flipped out about that?
Yeah, I don't see that. I wouldn't do that.
Out of all the Diaco girls, who would be the most likely?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't even let me finish.
But not here. You know what I'm saying?
Who would be the most likely to wear? Who would be the most out of all the Diaco wives? Who would be the most likely to wear the most provocative outfit?
Krista, but it would be like at the Bahamas or something like that. When
Right.
It wasn't with a crowd of 300 people.
Sure. It was kind of maybe more of just a real close friends and family deal.
Right.
Or, no, hold on, not family, friends.
Friends, right.
Right.
Yeah, she'd do that.
Yeah.
Wear like a paint-on outfit.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure her and Steve have been down to Fantasy Fest.
They have.
In October. I've never been down there, Fantasy Fest in the Keys, but I heard that it's wide open.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that it is wide open.
Yeah, it would be fun.
I mean, that's what we need to turn our BARP party into, kind of like a little mini Fantasy Fest.
Perfect.
Why not?
Maybe, Lummy, next year we offer body painting. and the girls that want to get their bodies painted.
Show up at like 8 a.m.?
Yeah, well, no, but we
takes a while, doesn't it?
Well, we could get a couple of the body painting artists and have it outdone right there in the tent.
She's big brushes.
They don't use brushes, Dan.
They spray it?
They spray it,
They can't how do they get the line so straight?
They don't use brushes.
I haven't seen it.
Let me send me a video of body spray, a painting.
Yep.
So that I can. God, the guy with the 142 sometimes act.
Well, I haven't watched it. I'm not a body paint.
You think they're gonna paint him with a brush that you'd use on the side of your house siding?
No,
you
like
idiot.
an artistic brush.
Well, no, it would take forever. You use
like
a
makeup
spray.
brushes.
You use Iggy's spray gun. They spray it on.
They look like graffiti.
No, when they can make him look like a lizard. They can make him look like Aquaman.
He's asking how it's so precise.
No, I'm not talking about the body painting when you like take a person and just completely make them blue. I'm talking about when they like body paint like a bikini on somebody, where it looks like it's a bikini, but they're really just naked.
Lummy, are you sending something?
Yeah,
to
that I thought was
no. That's I can't show it. Okay,
No.
but I can let Dan see it.
Correct.
All right, this is how they do it, Dan.
I think they use both.
No, I don't think they do.
Okay.
Let me just see.
Dan might be right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shut up, Lummy.
Sorry about
that. Listen, guys.
That's a brush.
That's not a spray can.
Sorry, Bubba. I shouldn't have heavy double down.
Because it's makeup. It's like makeup. It's like a makeup brush.
You can't just spray on a tiger face.
All right, so here's the deal, Lummy. Next year, regardless of how they do this operation, Lummy, next year maybe we should get a roster of girls that might want to go nude, body painted.
Okay.
And we now, and we allow, we've progressed each year, and but is that going to upset some of the more? But I got to think if you're a girl and you're going to BARP, you're not a conservative little house on the prairie, meek and mild person anyway. You're kind of alpha.
Do we have to provide the services, or can they just go get body painted on their own and then?
First of all, we're not going to do it till potentially next year.
Right.
No,
So
not this year.
It's not going to be like
obviously.
a face paint. It could be like instead of like a face painting station, we'll have body painting stations. You
Yeah,
come
we
like
would-
an hour early, and we can slap some body paint.
We would we'd have to find Anna the intangibles as to how long it takes for if a girl just got her boobs done, if the girl got her boobs and her vagina done, if the girl got her boobs, vagina, her face, and her back done. I'm sure there's all types of different, just boobs only are 15 minutes. The whole body's an hour.
Yeah.
And then Lummy, get some type of idea. Maria Guatemala is probably the first one that was signed up. Yep. But we get, there's 6 girls that has said they wanted to go to the BARP body paint. They want to be body painted at BARP. When we get with the artists, maybe we get 2 artists in here. Hey, we got 6 chicks. This is going to take 2 hours. They need to get here at 5. Boom. They get body painted up, and then that's their dress. Now, is that going to be a deterrent? Do you think that's going to help or hurt attendance?
I think it's going to help.
Oh, I think so too. I think so. If you're this dude from, Ohio, and you're on the verge of maybe, I don't know if I want to spend that $2,400 on Bubba. 1, it's supporting the show and keeping him on the air, but 2, it qualifies you to go to BARP and get the ring and all that kind of deal. I don't know if I can afford. Oh, at the party they got chicks that are nude, that are body painted.
Yeah. Oh, dude, sign me up.
I'll find that little extra something and try to room with Iggy or Super Fat Bubba Light or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lummy, we do have I do have a BARP related question, and I think we need to be very transparent about it.
Okay.
And I think we need to be very I think the entire Bubba Army needs to be very mindful of this, and we all need to have each other's back.
Oh dear.
We all have to work. All of us in good standing have to work together. because I don't want Hootie at any of the events. Hootie is in a real bad place right now. Lummy knows Hootie privately far better than I did. My latest dealings with Hootie is I had to repossess the cream machine. And now I got a cream machine, but I did get it started.
Yes, you did.
But I got a cream machine. It looks like the fan doesn't work, so it overheats. And he cut the side of which he made it. He didn't ruin it. I don't know. He may have ruined it because he cut the one entire side out and put a TV in there. Now, let me
destroy the rigidity of it.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, but I mean, like, I can't get the TV to work. It doesn't seem like it's plugged into anything. Doesn't seem like it's an HD. Like I don't know.
You have spare TVs in your life.
Yeah, but I mean, to
400 of them.
I have it's a 92 P30 Grumman Chevy step van that's probably worth $7,500 or so. Low miles. It's got a Steve Forensic built motor. It's probably worth anywhere between $7,500 and $10,000. It's got a vending window on it, where if you could easily, Lummy, everybody that's always looking for a food truck or something like that.
Oh yeah, they definitely are.
Yeah, it's a dually. It's got a dual. It's a dually. It's heavy duty, and now I can't even sell it as a non-Bubba Army item, like just a regular, take the lights all off of it, Lummy, and just try to sell it and it's probably worth, easily on the low end, $5,000 or $6,000 all day. And maybe you could get as much as, 9 or 10 for it. But that's not with a TV in the side. It's with it being stock metal. And you know what they did, Lummy? They just left the metal they cut out. They just left it in there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's in there.
Oh.
Like it's like the plug.
Yeah. Now maybe I could get you'd have a good enough welder that could put that. Maybe Doc, the fabricator of the stars. Maybe he could I don't know if I keep the TV in I don't know if I keep the TV in and I keep it and I try to get the TV going and I use it as a promotional vehicle, or I don't know. Because I got. Have you guys seen how good the Crown Vic looks?
That looks really good.
So great. I got that. And I got the smart car. I don't need a cream machine. That's why I sold it to Hootie, and he did me dirty. Remember, Lummy, it was supposed to be $10,000, and he shows up with his dad, and they give me a check for $2,500, and then Lummy's like, Hootie's like, I'll pay you every 4 weeks, $1,000, and I got a half of a payment one time from him.
Yeah,
and he doesn't. It's just. So anyway, make a long story short, Lummy. We got it back.
Yes, we did.
And we didn't even get it back coolly. Like he just didn't drive by. Here's your cream machine. He went around the block a couple times and he floored it and was floating the valves. And then he had to put some transmission fluid in it and some water because it was overheating. It's overheating because you guys blew the fan fuse. And they drive it when it's running like two. It's not a wonder he hasn't blown a head gasket on it, which he may have already done because he ran it so hot. But he just didn't, as a gentleman, pull up to our gate and return it. It was a big ordeal in itself, and everything with him is a big ordeal. And so I think that he's going to be disruptive at every one of our events. Now, this isn't my idea. This was brought up to me by people that work here. I'm not mentioning who.
And I know there's been people in chat that have asked, because I obviously watch chat, so people in chat have asked that also.
So are you guys good with me saying that I don't think we need to have Hootie around?
I think you certainly have the reason for it. It's your party, and whatever you say goes, Bubba. If you don't want him around, F him. Well, did you get any? So did you give any of his money back when you took the van back?
No. So not the amount of damage that he's done. Right. No.
How much did he pay you total?
I think $3,600.
So if you were just to get another $5,000 out of it, you'd be ecstatic, right?
Dan, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to.
I think Dan wants to buy it.
Yeah, we're gonna make it a concession.
You're not gonna buy it. You're not going to buy it.
I mean, I really like him, man.
You're not going to buy it.
He's gonna take the kids to school in it.
You're not going to buy it. And if you would buy it, it would go along the lines of what the cross, the crucifix.
No, I wasn't going to buy. I was just curious as to how much it would take to get it off your hands, just so you'd not have to worry about it anymore.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm not.
Because you're gonna try to buy it.
I'm not. I don't want it. I'm not saying I want that thing.
Just like when you bought the crucifix, and I told you. By the way, I didn't buy it. I gave it to you.
Right. I was just trying to get it off your hands.
And I told you. I said, Dan.
No. I agree. Bubba.
He agrees.
I'm just saying.
I agree. I don't want it. I was just curious as to what you would take now if someone were to offer you something for it. You'd take 5?
I'd take 5 or 6, probably. Yeah, just
to get rid of it.
But I need 5 or 6, like I don't need payments.
Right, up front.
Jesus. Probably 6. Because I know it runs.
Yeah, it does.
I start it every couple days.
Nice.
I know it runs. So Hootie, listen. This will get back to Hootie, and for you people that are in chat, I don't know what their opinion of this is, Lummy. Maybe you guys can let me know.
I would say that the majority of people in chat currently are not having a problem with that are going to Barb.
So, Hootie has just showed his ass. And it's been told to me that Hootie, most recently, as early as this past weekend, texted one of his best friends. With regards to who he's most friendly with regards to who works for the program, Lummy, you and him are the closest.
Yeah,
right.
I would have to say that. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I don't think him and Anna are buddies. But
no, and him and I don't.
so
him and I don't communicate, and I don't know that he communicates with Rhett that much or Macho. I know that he didn't really communicate with Dan, but he communicates a lot with you. You guys, you guys are kind of friends. Yeah. And he told you this weekend to F off. Did he not?
Really?
Yeah.
No one tells my Lummy to F off.
No, why? Why? What was the exchange?
Sorry, it was a weekend before that, but yes, he was texting me all day. It was Ashley's birthday, and then it was our anniversary, and I wasn't giving him enough attention.
Oh.
So you were,
I told him, hey man, I'm busy right now. I'm doing stuff.
What was he bothering you about? Just
his ideas to make the show better. And
thank you.
He's partners with this guy now that wants to talk to Bubba, and I kind of was busy. It was my anniversary at the time.
Hold on, he's partners with the guy that wants to talk to Bubba. What's that mean?
He's a big-time entrepreneur, don't you know?
He started a new company, and he's a partner with some guy I guess you used to know.
Selling metal signs.
Yeah.
Now, hold on. Now, Hootie's in the metal sign business now?
He's in that. He's in some fishing business. I mean, Rhett knows a little bit more about his businesses than I do.
What's Hootie up in now? I always thought that his family owned a fabrication shop or something like that. They fabricated railings and trailers and things like that, and they did quite well. And his dad and his brother ran the business, and they just gave Hootie a third of the business just to stay away because he messes more stuff up than what he does. So they do all the work, and Hootie gets a third of his family cut. Is that how it used to go, Lummy?
Yeah, he did a lot of the
Did his family finally wise up and say, we're done, pulling his third, we're out?
That's the way it's looking right now.
And Hootie's doing metal signs, fishing?
I don't know. He has some fishing thing. He was talking about his boat.
I'll send you a link. I can't really say the name of the site, but
I guess he's partnered with is his name Kevin? I guess Heather's ex-husband.
Oh, hold on.
Wait.
Kevin Champ?
Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah.
He's partnered with that guy?
Supposedly, yeah.
To do what?
I guess whatever Rhett's going to send the link to.
All right, so I just sent the link to Lummy. I don't know if it's a clickable link, but if you type that in, it may...
I'll try to get it for you, Bubba.
Hold on here.
Because I think it's like an unlisted site.
Lummy, can you send...
I'm doing it right now, so I'm trying to make it so it's linkable.
Yeah, if you copy and paste that into your search bar, it'll take you to the website.
I made it linkable for you. You can just click on it.
But that's the domain name. I just don't want to put it out there.
You're a very linkable guy.
All right, so this is what Hootie's into right now, supposedly.
Yeah.
All right. What's it called?
Fast fresh food.
Offshore Concepts.
Browse our latest products.
Look at all those products.
Is this what they got?
That's what they got.
So they're doing metal sculptures.
Cutouts.
Is that what they're doing?
Stencils. Yeah, I guess so.
Now, is this the business that he's doing with Kevin Champ?
I believe so, yes.
And is this business going to take them to the new? Like, is this going to be the one thing that makes Hootie a bazillionaire?
Yes.
The get rich quick scheme.
Now, is Hootie producing this, or is this made in China and they're just repurposing them here? Oh, they're sold out of these though.
Yeah, he said he's making them.
Who is? Hootie is?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, don't forget he's writing a book too.
Oh, okay.
He can read.
And then he's also, I think another thing that they're doing is doing car custom stuff too.
Who have him and Kevin Champ?
Yeah.
What car custom? Like what do you mean? Like
make it like a custom Bronco and Jeep stuff or conversions.
Well, he just bought a Jeep.
Well, you can see that the customization he did to the cream machine and just how good good that was, right?
Well, he's taking it to Jeeps now.
Yeah.
Wow. So anyway, I don't think we need Hootie at our party. I don't think we need him at Tate's. I don't think we need him at Bubba 199, and I don't think we need him at Barp.
So the last incident was just him and Lummy kind of got into it, or has there been a further
Lummy,
kerfuffle?
what preempted him to say F you to you? You just weren't paying him enough attention?
Well, yeah, because he kept texting me during the anniversary dinner, so my phone just kept going off, and I'm like, Hootie, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm at dinner for my anniversary. Like, kind of leave me alone tonight.
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then about 10 minutes later,
who's this guy they're walking out of jail? Like, who's that guy? Look, is that? That's at Wonderland Franco.
They did let him out of jail.
Yeah, I think he
did post bail. It was like $50 for bail in Dominican.
Wow. So, Lummy, he just was upset that you weren't giving him. You couldn't give him long form answers because you're celebrating your wife's birthday and your anniversary, like double whammy. Like, you got to be super husband.
And then he wanted to talk to me on the phone, and I told him no. And
so
then
10 minutes later, he texts you, "Hey, can you talk on the phone?"
Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 text messages in a row. And I finally was like, "Come on, man! Like, can you just stop?" And then he said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 text messages where I just said,
Hold on.
I'm busy.
Hold on. He sends 8 and you say, "Can you please stop?" And then he sends 17 more after you say stop.
Yeah. Just about random stuff.
That's a person that doesn't understand social interaction.
That's a person or they're drunk or high or on pills, or they are not accustomed to having the word no. They just do things no matter what. That's right, Lummy. Lummy can... If Hootie shows up,
yes,
so that it's not a big deal, and Iggy doesn't kill somebody, can we just have you can you handle it?
Yeah, I'll do my best. I mean,
do you need backup? Do you need Erica with her gun?
Yeah, we'll bring. Oh yeah, I mean, Merch Crick, he listens to her too. So if I could have Merch Crick as my back.
The enforcer.
Well, no, I mean, we don't want Iggy to kill him.
No, we want Iggy not to be part of this deal because Hootie will say something smart ass to Iggy. Iggy will knock him out, and then Dan's going to have the medical kit there.
I ain't sewing up anybody Saturday night.
With the AED machine.
You got a problem, you got to go to the ER.
Nice.
Now, what if I got a little cut?
ER. No, I'll take care of you.
It takes a lot of energy to be this stupid. Bubba the Love Sponge.
I hate him so much. I've hated him from the start before it was cool.
Before it was cool.
Before it was cool, I fucking was like, that guy's a piece of shit. Drunk loser, absent father.
Is he the one that stepped on the shoes? Was that the shoe thing I was into?
Mm-hmm. He just causes everyone problems. What did he do? Like, was it 2 years ago? Like, the day of Barb? What did he do? Bubba, do you remember?
No.
Like, 2 days... I would lie about that. What was he doing, like, the night of Barb? He was doing something in his car. Was it? Maybe
No,
it was
I
the
think
cream
last year he was taking the cream machine and like flooring it.
yeah, that's right.
Trying to blow
It
it
was like
up.
the day of Barb or something, or the night before. Yeah, fuck him, man. Fucking loser. Does he know where the host hotel is? What's up, Promogram? Would anybody do the body paint? Maria, would you do it? Would you make Merch Crick do it?
I don't know. Mary's whether she wanted to or not.
Oh, she gets a choice. Except a little bit after motherfucking birth. What's up, Felix, Little Wilbur, Golden Egg, Lair. Maria said she'd fucking do it. That's awesome. Jammer Boy. Dang. My motherfucking favorite people. Oh, Shannon Burke is coming.
Yeah.
Woo! Finally, I feel like I can redeem myself. I'm like such an asshole. I'm so sorry. That's freaking awesome. Lamborghini Mercy. What's up, fanboy? Scout Big Hole, I'm so excited to see you guys. It's gonna be a good time.
Cracker Chris.
His rhetoric slowly sinks into your skull. Corrupting the synapses in your brain, taking control of you. and there's no way to stop it. We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Don't forget Bubba Army HQ. One-stop shopping. That's BubbaArmyHQ.com. Become a sergeant or a lieutenant. Stream or download the shows. I mean, dating back to like some old 98 Rock stuff, but like just shows that Hatley did, and Shannon Burke when he was first with me on Radio IO, Drew Garabo. There's just a lot. I don't know. What would you say? Let me like over 10 or 20,000 shows or something like that.
Oh yeah, there's no way you can get through it at any point in your life. As much audio we have.
Bubba Army HQ. You can also download the daily podcast that we put up. Lummy, we're gonna starting this week have something every day on the podcast.
Yes, we are.
Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays are exclusive podcast material. Monday being all of us, today being Clem Cush, and Thursday being Two Live Jew. Wednesday and Fridays, Lummy, we're going to put kind of a throwback segment, and I think on Saturdays and Sundays too, maybe put a throwback segment.
Yes, we are
on that. So we'll have something new to you in our podcasting world every day of the week, Monday through Sunday, wherever you get your podcasting stuff, whether it's iHeart, Spotify, Google Play, or just go right to Bubba Army HQ and download it from there. And podcast away, my friend. This is now. This isn't the guy. Hold on here. This isn't the guy. This isn't the Ziegler guy, is it? This is just like Is this a representative of the Florida Republicans now trying to be Johnny Rah-Rah?
I don't think that's
Or
him.
is this the Christian Ziegler guy?
I feel good. I think we're ready to move Florida forward. It's good to have this chapter behind us. The Republican Party of Florida.
All right, so this is them post throwing out the Ziegler guy, the Christian Ziegler guy who is married to this what's her name? Renee Meredith, Maria. What's her name?
Oh,
what was the chick's name?
Becky.
And she was on. And she was on Renee, maybe. I don't know. She was on the Sarasota School Board, heavily endorsed by Ron DeSantis.
Heavily.
To the point where
Bridget,
yeah,
thank you.
She's so hot
Yeah,
too.
she's cute.
And they were part of this. I mean, Dan, I got my life practically ruined over some little kink. And my little kink was far less than this kink.
Well, you know
my
what?
kink didn't have anybody getting raped.
No, and here's the weird thing, Bubba.
Brother.
Right now, with the Epstein stuff, the implication is if you were on his island or you were really good friends with him, then you may have been doing some seedy stuff with him. Well, now that we know that they have this like open, love, polyamorous relationship, all the people that are closely associated with them, you kind of wonder if they were kind of, playing in that little game.
Right.
That's why the endorsement's so weird.
Meaning like, okay.
Yeah.
So DeSantis endorses you because maybe DeSantis, this is just
nasty.
No, hold on. This is strictly
hypothetical.
I don't know it to be true. Rumor has it, so it's been told. This is strictly my opinion.
Makes you wonder if this is a possibility.
People that are into the same things usually travel in the same circles.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you and I love football, we're not going to be hanging out in the the sturgeon fishing group.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you're in the football group.
Yeah, we're in the football group.
Exactly.
Well, maybe Ron DeSantis, who's a good-looking guy, his wife is hot. Casey Anthony. Casey DeSantis is hot. So was Casey Anthony for those scoring at home. And maybe they're into. So the Zieglers, if we can break this down correctly, here's what they were into, and here's what potentially that they may be in trouble for. So they're married. She's hot. He's whatever. But he's the head of the GOP. He's the head of the Florida GOP.
He's powerful.
So I guess that makes him,
powerful.
A little more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the unicorn, I don't think's been identified. Has she? Have we seen pictures?
I don't think so.
Said
the accuser?
I don't think so.
So the Zieglers Christian on the husband's side, head of the GOP. Bridget on the female side, hot as hell. School board, teacher endorsed heavily by Ron DeSantis. They have this little unicorn chick that they go over and have threesomes with. And she, I think, comes over and stays with them and the whole 9 yards. Well, that's great. Listen, I don't have a problem with that.
But what do threesomes lead to?
But hold on now.
Foursomes.
Okay, thanks, Dan. Thank you. But I'm just saying, on the surface, I'm not going to be judgy to think that that's that big a deal. That shouldn't cost somebody their job because you guys are into that.
Well, they also, spoke out against the LGBTQ community.
Yeah. Now,
I think it's more the hypocrisy.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yes.
Is that why people are so incensed?
Right. Had they just taken a neutral stance on that?
Yeah, but they fought hard against all that stuff.
So it makes them a bunch of, lying hypocrites.
Right.
But then add the twist that, when you're in this sort of relationship, it very much has to be controlled by the females. The dude has to let the females figure it out. Because if you're a dude and you boss hog yourself up in this situation and you piss off one of the females, it's like they're the queen bees and you're just a worker bee at this point. So Christian Ziegler and his lovely wife, what's her name again? Bridget Ziegler, were supposed to have a get-together with Uni. With the Uni. We don't know the Uni's name. So, well, for some reason or not, what's her name? Bridget.
God, you got locked up on that one.
Do you know how many things I got swirling in my head?
I know.
Okay, then,
Not
thanks.
Bridget.
So Bridget and Christian were supposed to meet over at the Unicorn's apartment. Well, Bridget couldn't make it for whatever reason. Work, kids, whatever. And Christian decides to show up solo. And he does things that Uni didn't want done, and she's allegedly she didn't want done, and she's claiming that he raped her. Well, the GOP is scrambling around here in Florida, and they finally made Christian Ziegler resign. And this is I don't know if this is the new head of the Republican Party or it's just somebody from the Republican Party stating that it's a great time for us to move on from this very unfortunate situation.
It's bigger than one person, and what we did today is come together and close this chapter and move forward to continuing to win elections as we move forward.
What was the vote?
Close that nasty, dirty chapter, buddy. Let's break that chapter down.
I do not actually know what it was off the top of my head.
135 seats.
What he said.
What's your first
This guy's so glib about it and happy and just gleeful.
Like they just won the Super Bowl.
I mean, and look at him he's all sweaty. His tie's not tied right.
The only thing that happened was you guys successfully made Christian Ziegler resign, and it looks like you might be pointing a new person out, and you're ready for a new beginning. And this guy acts like he just won the power lotto.
The chairman has this fundraise, so we're going to start right now fundraising for the party. You can't do anything in this party without money, so that's our number one priority, and we're going to start building the infrastructures in our county party so that we can continue to win and win big.
This was your third attempt at trying to secure this position? I mean, some reflection on that.
I mean, it has been a journey. I've traveled 270,000 miles across this state.
Hold on. Is this the guy that the GOP's propping up to be the new head?
Oh, my God.
Man, you need
dude.
somebody that's far more cooler in the pocket than this guy. This guy looks like Johnny Nerd Boy, does he not?
Yes, and he's about to drop from a heart attack.
Oh, my God. Hold on.
I probably know this state better than most people do because of that struggle. But
hold on. This guy isn't a real man. This guy, man, the Republican Party's screwed if this guy's in charge.
Being able to get to know the county leaders on an individual level is a blessing, and it only makes me a better chairman moving forward.
Did you talk to Christian at all in the days ahead of this meeting?
I have not talked to Christian since before we called the special board meeting when he refused to call the special board meeting.
So no idea why he didn't show up?
I have no idea.
Are concerns about lingering impacts from this?
No, I think it's a blip on the radar. I think we're going to be able to pick up today, fundraising-wise, and move the party forward. So I don't think it's going to be a long-term impact. I think you're going to
it all goes back to fundraising.
That's all I care about.
See us win big
That's
again
all I care
in
about is money.
Did you guys take a hit because of the scandal?
Well, I think that the party stopped. There was a pause in what the party was doing because there was uncertainty in the leadership, but that's not anything that will have a long-term impact as we move on.
Senator Ngolia said that he was concerned about small money donors for the party. Is that a concern for you as well?
I think it is. I think we have to build that trust back long-term. I think what we have to do is go to our larger donors right now.
I think that
to ask for their help and assistance.
I think the smaller donors, which are the people that really are the people. The average guy is represented by the smaller donor more so than the big pharma and big guy donor. So the smaller donors are the actual base of your party, and they are disgusted by the hypocrisy, whatever.
You got it.
Yeah, they're disgusted by how how hypocritical and just by how flat out liars you guys are. And so that guy that was, that guy that makes that $20 and $50 donation, he's gone. He's out of here. He's like, you guys are a bunch of frauds, and I don't got a problem with a guy having a threesome with a uni, especially how hot the whole situation was. But I mean,
now she's claiming that she's
claiming she got raped, and you guys went out and openly, both of you, your wife who is on the school board, and you as the former GOP head of Florida, have gone out on a limb and made gay people and queer people and lesbian people feel bad, and like completely been anti all of that. Anything that was an LGBTQZY.
Meanwhile,
you didn't even take a neutral stance on gender and gay and bi and queer. You didn't even take a neutral. You took a very, very anti stance when it came to those people, and you are the kink that you're into is inclusive to the people you've protested against, right?
Yep.
That you live the lifestyle of one of those acronyms. Right?
Yeah, which is very cool. So
yeah, which is cool. Be like, hey, listen, you know what? I know I'm GOP and I'm not supposed to like queers and lesbians and bis, but why not? They're good. They're good people, as long as they're not breaking the law. The U.S. Supreme Court said gay people can marry. That's cool as hell. I don't have any problem with that. Who am I to say who you're attracted to and who you love? As long as it's a legal situation.
Mm-hmm.
Boy. I mean, God, I don't want to use boy. Guy on a guy, girl on a girl on a guy, a girl on a guy, girl, guy, girl, guy, girl.
As long as it's not animals or kids.
It's not, exactly. As long as it's not grandma, animals, or kids.
That's the motto.
We can build that trust back because we can prove that we were bigger than one person.
Oh, you're
we
big.
moved on as fast and efficiently as we could.
Christ, dude.
And now we're here in a new chapter with a new chairman.
Should Bridget Ziegler resign from
Man, what next?
Repeat that.
Should Bridget Ziegler resign?
That's a question for her and her family.
Mr. Chairman, have you enough information about this quickly? Have you been in contact?
I've been talking to his team and the Trump team, so I think we're all on the same page.
What was your pitch to the party members?
My pitch today was that they know my track record. They know that I'm a battle-tested county Republican leader, and I'm ready to take the fight to the Democrats like we did in Leon
County. He's not having any threesomes lately.
Yeah, probably not.
And I haven't had any three. That's why they picked him, because they're like, man, that guy could never have a threesome with anybody.
Ever.
Dan, before I go to words, I want to talk about this, and this is actually something. Back when I had Dr. Mark on, like once a month for the men's health deal, he's had to, he's been in the the emergency room, like during his residency, and encountered this situation. And it's where you're driving either you're riding on a jet ski or you're the passenger on a jet ski, and you fall off, and you go to get back on, or you're in close enough proximity to where the water gushes out of the back, which is basically the jet of a jet ski. It pushes out the propulsion of water. It's like a big pump.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not?
Yes.
It takes water in and it propels it out at a very high volume.
Right.
Some of these jet skis are so powerful, and they can go. What you're?
They go 70 out of the box.
Yeah, you and Jay have jet skis that literally are 70 plus units out of the box, no modifications.
Nothing.
Break them in the right way and go 75.
Break them in the right way.
Bam.
They go 70 in 2 seconds. They get that fast. Too.
Yeah.
The acceleration's incredible.
So this woman here, she died of genital rupture. because she fell off the high-speed jet ski with her husband driving. I don't know, Elena, some Russian chick, a region near Russia's border of wherever the hell, was enjoying a day on the river in July when her husband, Oleg, when she fell into the water as he accelerated away. So she fell in, and it just happened to be the jet ski propulsion, tube, so to speak, was right by her vagina, and he hit it, like how you when you hit it to get out of the hole, and it blew her vagina out. Completely blew. The impact of the fall, a water hammer effect, which occurs when fluid in motion stops or is forced to change direction suddenly, causing her to suffer genital rupture. And so, Dr. Mark had a guy call in one time. He was like, "Listen, I was on the back of my jet ski, just kind of idling it around. And you know how you could back in the day on the smaller ones, you could kind of lay, like kind of be driving it, but kind of let your feet drag in the water."
Well, the old jet skis had a hinged handle, and
right.
So it would go down all the way, and you would often start off kind of flat and then kind of scoot yourself up onto it.
Right, exactly. And so over the years, Dr. Mark, he's like, he had seen this happen many a times where guys blew their penises off. Like literally that propulsion.
Or ruptured a testicle.
That propulsion is so, violent that this woman said uterine rupture can cause acute onset abdominal pain and vaginal bleeding. She succumbed to her injuries. It was called, again, what was it called? Genital mutilation by jet ski. I mean, you could literally blow a girl's, like if, Lummy, you're on a date with a girl and she's not doing what you want, and you guys are on your jet skis, and she's kind of being like, you went out to like Beer Can Island and was hoping for some oral, and she's like, "I don't do that." And then, like, okay. And then you try to do some other stuff, and she's like a real bitch. And then so what you do is you kind of go kind of fast, and then you kind of throw her off the jet ski.
Just gas it up?
Yeah, which you could do. And then when she goes to get right back, the second she goes to climb back on, right when her vagina is right there by that tube, you just blast it. And then her vagina falls off. Dan, can you, if you were to, can you mutilate a vagina to the point of death?
Yeah, it bleeds. There's all kinds of blood vessels there. It's a very vascular area. And so, you get some significant trauma there, and you can get catastrophic bleeding fast.
Have you ever had to do a vaginal not rejuvenation, but reconstruction, like where a woman has had so much catastrophic injury to her vagina that you'd have to go in there and reconstruct it?
No, I have not done that.
And what if a woman got blown in the vagina with like some turkey shot or double-aught buck? That didn't really.
They wouldn't call me. They'd call a urologist for that.
The urologist.
They'd be worried about an OBGYN. I mean, they call it GYN and a urologist because they'd be worried about the uterus and the urinary tract system.
They
don't worry about pretty at that point. You worry about function.
Us guys, we all at one time had a bike that we racked ourselves on. Every one of us. Every one of us have racked our balls on something.
Oh yeah.
And playing, where a baseball, where the ball hit the ground and you misjudge it and it hits you in the balls, or where you're playing kickball or something and a guy kicks you in the balls, or like you're trying to do a wheelie on your bike and it gets away from you, and then the back banana seat hook hits your balls, right?
I did it so badly once in Costa Rica, a few hours away from any hospitals. I thought I split my taint wide open to the point where I made Pity look at it. That's how much he loves me.
Hold on, you told Pity?
I told him.
Pity.
I'm like, I think I cut myself, and he's like, he put his hands over his eyes, and he kind of covered them, and he just looked enough to see there was nothing there, and he's like, okay.
I would have got the flashlight out.
I know. You would have inspected it with a microscope.
So would Dan. Dan's just not going to go by Pity's, eye account. Dan, you're going to have to. But guy, if your brother says he split his taint, you got to get some hard data on that.
He would have been there, no problem. Let me see.
So you had to go to Pity and say, will you look at my taint to see I didn't crack it?
I did. I was really shallow at a place called Ollie's Point, and I fell off my board, and the board went between my legs, like
up your butt.
It
my
sodomized
butt.
you.
Yep. It like literally.
The board
was
made
like,
you its bitch.
It was the Death Star shot, and it did make me Lummy's bitch. It
And
was
so now,
the worst.
So did you, while you were in the water, did you bend over? And
Oh my God! I felt immediately. I put my hands in my pants. I started feeling for blood. You're looking to see if there's any blood there. I'm freaking out.
Sharks.
I paddle. I mean, I was just freaking
Hear
out.
about JD Ocko?
I thought I split myself
Yeah,
wide open.
He got killed. He got killed by some sharks that from ass bleeding.
I'm an hour and a half boat ride from a city that's an hour from a hospital.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out. So we go up to the boat. He paddles over with me and literally does a good taint inspection.
Wow, that's probably
That's
a story
why we love
nobody
each other
knows.
so much.
Be careful.
He hated doing
a lot of
it,
the lot of the other Diacos that aren't on this program get mad at this program based on information we give out.
But that's very surgical. I mean,
I know.
very technical. I'm talking about scientific, is it not?
Pity
what do you
might
call
get-
taint, Dan? In real life, we'll call it that.
Pity might get mad. I mean, Dan, I can
Perineum.
see where Pity might get mad now, and now he's a taint watcher. You know what I'm saying?
It was 2 decades ago, and I mean, if he looked at it for a fraction of 2 seconds, that was it. Enough to identify there was no cut.
I'd
That
let
was it.
Dan look at my taint. I mean, what a big deal.
I mean, I know
Did
you
you
would.
just bend over and spread them, literally?
Danny would.
No. Did you?
I went on my back, and I did like the spread eagle.
Oh, nice.
You did the on the back kind
I
of
did
deal.
the back. I rolled up on the back,
Like
spread
missionary
eagle,
style.
Yeah, missionary style. Like I
Nice.
was in stirrups,
face to face.
and
See, if
I would
I-
say literally. I mean, it was a fraction of a second, just enough to see there's no cut, and that was it.
So anyway, Dan, if a guy, we've had all types of ball trauma over the years. I mean, can you imagine? Do girls hit their vaginas like the way we hit our balls? And Anna, you're the only one with a vagina. Does it hurt? Like
I would imagine.
In the studios, yes, you are the only one. Is there any other vaginas in this building? Oh, Merch Crick's probably. I don't know if she's on her watchtower or not, but I don't know that her vagina. I don't know how much trauma her vagina's ever. I never really talked to her
I've hit
about
my
growing
vagina
up.
before, like trying to hop a fence one time.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that would just hurt anything that gets caught.
Now, does that just bruise your vagina, or do you like some? Have you ever had so much trauma to your?
No.
You've never had a bleeding.
No, not a bleeding vagina, but a bruised vagina.
Ooh.
Yeah, just hopping a fence, and it was like a tall metal one. You know, like a metal bar.
with a bar.
And so I tried to like swing that leg over, and it just.
Next thing you know, you're riding that bar on your on your vag.
There.
Now, did that make like you not want to have sex for 3 years? I mean,
Well, I was 11, so.
oh, I'm so sorry.
It's
Way
okay.
to creep me out.
Yeah, it's okay.
Now, Lummy, what's this Jameis Winston deal? Was he not supposed to? Was he supposed to just kneel?
Yeah, it was
kneel down.
They were in the victory formation.
He
switched up the play, and
so they faked the kneel, and then they ran the play. So not only did he, boss hog it out of the original play call, which was victory formation.
supposedly he took a vote with all the
Can
players
somebody
in the
show me the
huddle.
play?
Yeah.
This is him. Jameis, maybe this is why you never caught on in the league, because you don't listen.
That's the general consensus.
Oh, Shannon
by most
Sharp
people.
went off on him.
Because you don't listen. You
just can't do that.
No,
Like
you
the
can't. You gotta have respect for
chain of command.
Your coach.
Well,
Absolutely.
and Dennis Allen looks like the biggest joke now because the Saints pretty much confirmed they're going to bring him back next year. And what does that say about how all of his players feel about him?
Right, exactly.
In a game that they were already up 20 points.
Right. So Jameis and when Jameis is in there, they're up. I mean, he's not their starting quarterback, right?
No.
He was. They probably pulled the car, way. I can't get this thing to reload. Jameis was bragging about how it was a team. Here it is. Here, hold on. This is Jameis Winston from the
victory. But I also explained to DA that it was a team decision, and I think when you have a team morale,
so it was formation victory, which means you get all. It's the quarterback gets right behind the center, and you see two running backs that kind of shell him, and it's double tight end, and the quarterback literally hikes the ball and takes a knee. Takes a knee. Clock keeps running. They got 40-second restart. And, that's what the end of the game on teams that they're facing when they're winning by a zillion points and they have no more timeouts. So it's called victory formation, and it's the sportsman thing to do. And it's where even if you're on the 5 or you're on the 3, you're up by 2 touchdowns. It's kind of the gentlemanly agreement that you just don't shove it up the guy's ass, that you just take the knee and you.
I sent it to you. If it's the first couple seconds of the video.
It is?
Yeah.
All right. Now did Shannon Sharp go off on him?
Oh, yeah. I can send you that, too.
Yeah, send me that, too. Here, hold on.
South, did you all see that?
Oh, hold on. I missed it. There we go.
Drama in the NFC South. Did you all see that? So the Saints blew out the Falcons yesterday. The game ended with some fireworks. New Orleans opting to try to score with just over a minute left to push the score 48-17. After the game, Arthur Smith caught on the mic, letting Saints coach Dennis Allen just have it. Here's Allen and Jameis Winston on that play.
That was not a play that we intended to run down there to finish out that game. That's not who we are. That's not how we operate. We should have taken a knee. So I want to apologize to them.
Well, I apologize to DA because the play was victory. But I also explained to DA that it was a team decision. And I think when you have a team around...
Listen,
it's called mutiny.
If you're DA, which is his coach, and you got the guy explaining to you why he did something completely that you didn't call for, I don't think that works.
That was a mutiny in the old days.
Yeah.
The captain rules the ship, and if you're the sergeant or the captain, you listen to what if you're the general, you're in charge of everything, and he's not even the captain.
Can you imagine if Chucky Gruden, you worked for him, Chucky Gruden called into Brad Johnson, okay, take a knee, and Brad then, let's all go in for 4, and they and man, because
press conference.
Well, because Coach Gruden was all about being old, like he was old school. He came up through the old school ranks, through the Mike Holmgren, he came up through those ranks, old school, where there was some gamemanship and some gentlemanlyship involved. And so if Chuck Gruden was up 2 touchdowns, Dan, you worked for him, and he called victory where Brad Johnson was supposed to take a knee, and he gave it to the A train, and he would be.
Oh, my God. He would run out the field. He'd be screaming from the moment the play was over until he grabbed the guy from the helmet face mask and dragged him to the sideline, screaming at him the whole time.
And then fire him.
And then he would never let him play again. Right.
He did the Keyshawn.
Like he did the Keyshawn.
And I understood from DA's perspective. So I give him that.
You give him that?
Yeah.
So here's the question.
You wonder why. Which one should I run? Let me the Shannon sounds off for first take.
The Shannon Sharp one.
Okay.
Did it change the over/under? Did it change the
I'm sure
line?
Interesting question.
Make it go from below over/under to above over/under?
No, it was already done.
Here we go. Hold on.
It was done.
Makes Dennis Allen look like he lost control of that locker room.
Oh, here we go.
But I'll say this. I would cut Jameis Winston today. I would not want him on my team. That's loser's mentality. And people will say, well, Shannon, what about when Dan Marino fake spiked the ball or Peyton Manning? They were not in victory formation. If you get down, the defense is conceding. If you want to run the ball, let the defense line up. Don't you fool them. Think this a victory formation.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. I mean, when you get in victory formation, you at this point, the defense is not trying. They're not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to hit you. That's just, you're grabbing each other and that's it.
Run the clock out.
You can hurt somebody when the defense is thinking that it's not going to be a full-blown play, and you got your fullback coming in there, and trucking over somebody.
Well, the worst thing in sports is when someone's going 100% and the other guy's going 60%.
Well, that was a big
dangerous.
controversy with Greg Schiano with the victory formation, and he would have his defense go 100% because he's like
because he's a deck. And where's he at now? He's back at Rutgers.
Exactly.
And then drive off the ball. You mean
and Shannon Sharp's right. Jameis Winston should be on the goddamn waiver wire today.
Yep.
Even though the Saints' season's over, you can still cut people from your roster. Can you not?
You can cut them whenever you want.
Gone.
Tell me that's going rogue. Dennis Allen's going to probably have to go because his players have no respect for him. Right. He said they sent victory formation in, but we. That's right. We made a decision. I'm sorry, Mom.
He's right. Unless Jameis is lying and just to try to say we when most of the people on offense didn't really say it. But if he's telling the truth and it was a team decision, I don't know if you fire the coach, but I think you fire Jameis.
Cut Jameis Winston today.
Yep.
I would, if I'd have been on that team, let me tell you what, I'd have jumped off sides.
I like him so much.
I would have jumped off sides on purpose.
Yeah, give him 5 yards.
There's a mentality that you got to have if you want to play winning football. Jameis Winston has a loser's mentality. That's why they didn't win in Tampa. That's why Tom Brady came there, took the same team, and went to the Super Bowl.
True.
Yep.
Look at what Baker Mayfield did with basically the same team, got him in the playoffs.
True. Baker Mayfield and Tom Brady took the same team that Jameis Winston threw 31 interceptions to.
That's right.
Jameis Winston couldn't
Do me a favor. Say that one more time on camera, what you would do.
I would cut him. I would cut Jameis Winston today.
Man, Shannon Sharp looks like he could literally put on a set of pads right now and lead the league as a tight end.
Yeah.
I mean, give Travis Kelce a run for his money.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one of the best podcasts on right now.
I watched the
Shay Shay.
Yeah, I watched about half of it with
I wanted
Cat
Shannon to go
Williams.
first. On
Incredible,
this,
right?
Yeah,
because he's the one that played. I completely agree with you.
Yep.
1,000%. Dennis Allen has to go. They clearly have no respect.
None.
What do you mean? Let's put this in its proper perspective. The coach sent in the play.
Yeah.
We, the players, ignored him.
Yes.
Then go on camera to the media
and
said, not only did we ignore the coach and did this, right, because we wanted Williams to get a touchdown because he hadn't had one all season long, you understand, which is pathetic in and of itself. You're up 41-17. It's a minute left in the game. It's over, okay? You take a knee, game is over. And not the starting quarterback, the reserve quarterback said we ignored the coach and we decided, and then I went and I told the coach, this is why I respect you, coach, but this is why we ignored you. Shannon is absolutely right.
Yes,
Yeah.
Shannon is right.
And so Stephen A. Sharp.
Or Smith.
Smith, excuse me. He's actually, you love or hate him, that's why he's a great entertainer.
No,
right
I love the guy.
A lot of people have polarizing opinions about him, which is another thing that makes him a great entertainer.
I mean,
but that is why.
Anything that's good is polarizing. Look at your brother.
True.
Uncensored, unfiltered, unfettered.
Thanks for the info.
Uncensored, unfiltered, and unfettered. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
And then it made me want to watch back some of the stuff. So I'd stop, I'd pause,
Steven
and I'd go
Stewart?
back, and I found the Steve Harvey, the Cedric the Entertainer thing. With
I just got the Steven Stewart.
Space Shuttle.
Primetime Tours I got.
Same exact thing.
Oh,
I'll come back with the
But
Steven
same-
Stewart.
What's that?
I'll come back with the Steven Stewart who just came in. He got the 100.
Yeah, that's what he said.
But he does the exact same thing, gets in.
Thank you, Steven
Does the whole
Stewart.
same thing. It's like identical.
How
The
embarrassing.
Primetime Tours 50 again. Elkhart Rob 50. Thank you, everybody.
I think Sam Weish would have fired him. I don't think there's a coach we've ever had that would have fired him. Yeah.
She was a joke. No, you little fetus. We have a hot mic.
Now let me. Do we have the audio for the Michelle Obama thingy?
Yeah.
That we said.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
It's I'll resend it. It's right above it.
What?
It's right above it. The YouTube, but I'll resend it.
It's right above what?
The link I sent.
Oh, okay. Then I'll find it.
I just resent it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Any reason you're videoing me there?
Bubba, I have to leave in about 10 minutes. You want me to just leave now during the set?
Who's this?
Danny.
Yeah, just leave now.
Just to make it smoother?
Well, it makes it smoother, plus it makes Jennifer more happy.
Okay.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm not trying to weasel out, but...
No, I know. Where's that Michelle Biden, that Michelle thingy? That Michelle...
Yeah, I'll reset it.
Without a primary, they're going to have justification. What's up?
Hey, how you doing, man? And Steve Ornano.
We got to get some headphones for them, Lummy, and then send me that Michelle. Is it Michelle Obama?
No primary. They have all the cover to stick her in there. There's no primary. It's not like Biden won the primary. It's
I know,
all
but I
all
think there's a
convention.
story, and Bill O'Reilly's got him, so I'm trying to find her right now.
Yeah.
It's 6:07, Bubba, in the
6:07 where?
Into the Twitter I just sent you.
Okay, hold on. Make sure they have headphones. So the Twitter, 6:07 on the Twitter that you sent me?
Yeah.
All right, let me find it. What's up, Mayor? Did you get the wigwags?
Yeah.
You better, motherfucker. Hold on here. 6:07, Lummy?
Yeah.
Here we go. Boom. Thank you.
You got it? I was trying to find it.
You got yours good?
Morning, fellas. How you doing?
Good.
Good morning. Hi, Jay.
How you doing, Shannon?
Good.
You got him headphones, Lummy?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Hello. Hi, nice to meet you.
208.
Good morning. How'd you sleep?
Oh, I slept pretty good, yes.
What are we at? We were at 5. 6 is, usually 9?
Yeah, about that.
So I'm fucking not that much.
You're pretty good.
So, yeah, I mean, we'll probably go 15, 20 on this. Take us to 20, 25. Then we'll take 6 to 7 to 45 to 47.
Which one do you want to do better help in?
Oh, fuck, I gotta do better help, don't I?
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, let's get that done. Let's get it done now, though, okay?
All right.
God, thanks for reminding me.
We got
Let me. I got a
Close.
Sunbelt rental today, and I do a giant recreation.
Yeah, you did segment 2.
All right, so get giant recreation world, and I also did a. Did I do a Sunbelt?
Yeah, segment 3.
All right, so get those to me. All right, here we go. Better help. Just me and Lummy on this.
I was called turmeric, but there is an arm, but I don't know.
32. Fuck. Oh, I got Clement Kush today at 10, don't I?
Yes.
20, yeah.
Fuck. I better fucking get another monster in me.
You are about to enter the Bubba Spin Zone. Are you sure you want to do this? Toss the salad. We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. That's BETTER, BetterHelp. I'm sorry, no, not BetterHelp. That's what they exactly want you not to say, Lovey. So we'll pick it up from the top here and start it all over. They'll never know. They're not hearing this live. Please.
Nope.
So we'll pick it up from the top right now. You ready to edit that all out?
Sure.
Of course you are. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. That's BETTERHELP. It's not Better Health. No, it's BetterHelp. They help you, my friends. You know, around New Year's, we get obsessed with how to change ourselves instead of just expanding on what we're already doing right. Maybe you finally organize one part of your space and you're ready to tackle another. Therapy helps you find your strengths so that you can ditch the extreme resolutions and make sure that you can be with something that you can maybe stick with. And if you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try now. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited for your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time with no additional charge. This all starts and stops, and you can celebrate the progress you've already made by going to BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/BTLS for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BTLS. That's brutal. Don't forget I got Clement Cush today, too.
Yeah.
Dealing with him is like dealing with a kid. You know what I'm saying? Or tell him what we'll get off on. That'll be available at our podcast only, wherever you get your podcasting, or simplify it by going to Bubba Army HQ. We record it about 10:20. We do it about 45 minutes to an hour, so it certainly will be up by noon. This is Clement Cush. Right, Lemmy?
Yes, it is.
Tomorrow is the sports show, and then Thursday, the Two Live Jew. Oh, hold on, I didn't have you on there. I'm so sorry. Two Live Jew.
It's okay.
I heard Two Live Jew did pretty good last week.
Yeah.
I heard
Are you going to listen this week?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I got
nice.
Sumo in town. I got
I got you.
Me and Sumo got things to do.
Right.
Sumo found him a couple little honey holes around here in town.
Nice.
Not gonna really talk about anything more than that. I'm not saying anything more, Lummy. Are you up on your Cash App and your Venmo? Because I feel like I'm getting updates, Lummy, and you're not saying.
I have the two that came. It's Steven Stewart, $100 on the Cash App. Primetime Toys, $50 on the Cash App.
I think Jay's mic is off.
Where's Jay?
He's on
Jay's
right here at Dan's.
There you go. Hi, Jay.
Good morning.
How are things in your world, and are you attending Barb?
Of course I am. Absolutely.
Is your wife?
I believe so. She may be going to Salt Springs because we have a leak at the house up there, but I'm not sure. Depends if she can get out or not.
I mean, she's not coming.
But do you care, or who's?
I don't.
You want me? I mean,
well,
I know you. Well, actually, you'd prefer Candle over me. I know the truth is he'd rather. Candle over me.
Jay, you're the last. Usually you're the more humble Diaco, but no, I do not want you. I want your hot wife. I could care less about you. I only need you when I get into a lawsuit, buddy. I only need your brother when I need drugs. I only need you when I'm in a lawsuit, and I only need Stephen when I don't know even what I need.
It seems like it's all the time.
I only need Stephen when I need to handle one of you two gracefully.
Yeah, when you need him to fix something behind the scenes.
Now, have you heard about a lot of people are talking about the dress code for Barb?
I have.
And it's both ends of the spectrum. It's from nude to nun. So you can dress up like a nun, or you can be nude. Like, I mean, can you get any cooler of a party than that?
Nope.
And next year we're going to maybe, for the women that want to be nude, and not be nude, but like do a fantasy fest kind of deal where we have body painting. I think chicks would be. I think Anna, would you be more likely to be nude and let your little raisins hang if they were painted up like puppy dog ears than just skin on brown nipple?
Yeah, I guess your
hesitation speaks volumes.
The paint masks a little bit of the
we could have,
but
your little flapjacks could be like little hound dog ears. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one can only hope.
No, I'm just saying. Like, would you? I don't think I'm kind of digging that you probably wouldn't do the body painting.
Yeah, probably not.
But your ass. I'm not trying to be inappropriate, but your ass. What if we painted your ass up? Because, I mean, that's a really good part of your... That's.
He's not trying to be inappropriate or anything.
Right.
So thank you,
I appreciate the compliments,
here to help,
but
right?
Anna,
the ass will remain pain-free.
Right.
Thank you.
Anna, I take back all my disrespectful talk
it's certainly
about
not. I am not disrespected. I feel disrespected at all. I feel very flattered, in fact. So thank you very much for taking notice that I do have a great butt.
You have a nice ass.
Thank you. God
Horrible
bless.
attitude.
Great.
Small boobs, and from what I've been told, a nice vagina. That's the average woman. That's the average woman out there. She's got a nice vagina. That's what That's what us guys go crazy over. Now, how you package that vagina, it has a lot to do with a lot of things as well. But just at the end of the day, and Lummy, I think now for the sickos, they sell blocks of vagina, like just a vagina. Yeah.
Yeah,
they actually sell like just a vagina.
Yes, they do.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
like
big
a pocket pee.
Well, no,
Like
it's more like it's like a real heavy, dense, like lifelike.
Like a counter pee.
And it's like they would
Seems
like
sad.
they don't have the legs or anything. They just have the vagina,
I get
and you
it.
just get on top of that vagina and just go crazy on it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's all we care about.
Right. Yes.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
Sam Kidd 30 on the cash app.
Think about how much money we as men have wasted on trying to get vagina. Because everything
is it really
we do.
wasted money, or
Well,
is
here's
it
the deal.
a good
Like when I'm hanging out with Sumo,
Money well spent.
listen. When I'm hanging out with Sumo, I can save all kinds of money because I'm not trying to impress Sumo to get his vagina. I'm just like
Sumo has a vagina.
no, he doesn't. That's why we get along so well because we both we
he's a
just
guy.
because
Okay.
I'm a dude, he's a dude. We don't want to. He's not trying to impress me to get down my pants, and I'm not trying to impress him to get down his pants.
No hidden agenda.
So there's no money exchanged unless you're really wanting to exchange it. Hey, I really want to take this guy out to dinner because he's my friend.
Oh, like how
not
Dan
because I'm
gives you a
trying
lot
to
of
get down
money?
his pants. If you women didn't have vaginas, we wouldn't even talk to you.
Nope.
Really?
Yeah, because you're so annoying. Jesus.
Really?
Yeah.
All of us?
Yes, especially you.
Me? Oh, please.
I'm just telling you.
Not annoying.
Anyway, Jay, would Candle be offended by and will she judge some of the girls that might come naked?
No.
Okay.
She may rate them by body. I mean, like in my ear, she may say that's a 5 or that's a 3 or that's a 10. I mean, she's not afraid to look at another woman and say what she thinks. And
She's
I think
not
the
afraid to body shame.
No,
That's
not
awesome.
afraid. No,
Yes.
or to put somebody over.
But here's the deal. We don't have any chance of any naked Diaco girls because Steven and Kristen are out of town, and that would be Kristen would be the only one that would participate in that.
For sure, without even asking.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Steven Maker.
Hold on. I didn't know, but at the Christmas party 2 Saturdays ago, I didn't know, but she had this little vest on.
Yes.
But underneath that vest was just her natural little boobies hanging out.
That's why I said that.
And I didn't know it.
Yep.
You didn't know?
She had a very risque
Very
outfit on.
sexy outfit
can you,
on.
like, describe it?
It was
a vest?
see-through.
It was, well, hold on. No, it wasn't.
But underneath that, it was.
She had a blazer, but it was like one of those little brown camel blazers on that only go to like the waist. You know what I'm saying?
Like a boyfriend blazer?
Yeah, and then under it, she had a complete see-through, kind of like white / silverish kind of undershirt with no bra, and it was completely opaque. You could see through it, but you couldn't.
It was opaque. You could see through it.
But what I'm saying is like
transparent.
She had the blazer that covered her nice set of Diacos, but. And if you'd only catch her, if she'd be leaning down or something, and like maybe the blazer would gap out, then you could see the goods.
Oh.
And I got a couple
Nice.
shots at the goods, and
Did
man,
you?
yeah, she's really
She's working it.
she's hot. Whereas Candle, your wife Jay, is equally as hot, but a little bit more publicly conservative.
Bit more modest.
Right?
More loose now.
Would that be the way you would frame it?
I don't know. Maybe sure. I think she dresses in her own way very sexy. I just think it's a different way of dressing.
Yeah.
It's just not like she's conservative. She's not dressed like a nun with, like
No,
a Puritan.
But she's dressed up like an affluent hot chick.
Actually, she dresses up like a Lutz chick. She wears a tank top and like really, decent, really great fitting jeans that have like tears all over.
With
That's
some
her
cowboy
daily
boots
outfit.
on.
No, sneakers,
Oh.
white sneakers,
See,
jeans, and a tank top that shows off her guns.
You could only just have made it better if she had some really some little roper boots on.
She's got real boots. She got a real hat. She got a real buckle. She used to go there for real.
His wife used to listen. These are the best kind of chicks to find.
She's do the barrel.
No,
the barreling.
if you can find a girl that has ridden a horse, like was a country girl, and she knows how to ride a horse. Because those girls got to clamp onto that horse with their inner thighs.
The adductors.
There's something about country girls also that don't like ask for anything or need anything, and so when you give them something, it's so appreciated. Like my wife could deal with not having anything. She doesn't ask for anything. She doesn't go to the beauty parlor. She doesn't get her nails did. She doesn't get her hair done.
She didn't have to.
We don't have a maid at the house.
She's hot. She's so hot. She doesn't need any.
She does everything herself because that's just the way she is.
Cuts her own hair.
No, regular salon, but she doesn't go like get her. You know what I mean?
Like a regular
salon wife
treatment.
So anyway, listen. Today
there's no spa days.
The barp party is this Saturday night. It's here at the studios, Lummy, and I don't know if anybody's going to be naked, but I've been told that Maria Guatemala has a completely see-through dress.
Did she tell you that, or?
Well, she told that to the Merch Crick.
I see.
I don't talk to Maria Guatemala. Merch Crick does.
Is your liaison?
Yeah, that's not.
That's appropriate.
Yeah,
that's not. It's inappropriate for me to talk about her. Like, it would be inappropriate for me to have her number and communicate with her behind her husband's back and behind the Merch Crick's back.
Right.
Like, let them handle it.
About what she's going to wear.
So the Merch Crick gets a hold of me and she goes, "Hey, Maria Guatemala texted me and she wants to know if she can wear a complete see-through dress." And I go,
could you imagine a universe where you said no? Because I can't.
But here's the thing, Maria Guatemala. Like, I'm kind of like wanting to put a rule on this. The boobs are fine, but like, do you really got the nads to not wear panties too? Like, why?
Are you saying you won't?
Yeah, like I'm saying you won't.
You won't.
You won't, bitch.
Rose McGowan even wore panties.
I'm just saying.
Way back when on the red carpet.
I mean, like, if you're going to be a bear, you might as well be a grizzly, right?
Yeah. Go all out.
So if you're going to go wear a see-through dress and just not wear a bra, that's one level of cool chickness. But when you go and not wear any panties, when your little vagina's hanging out, whew.
Speaking of panties and hot chicks, is your mom and your sister coming?
Yeah.
Nice.
And my mom will probably have some, granny panties on.
Me too. Me too, Janie Cakes.
Are you now, Anna? So you're announcing before the event you're going to have granny panties on?
I may.
How can any fan fret over you?
I mean, I'm not going to have them over my pants, but I may have them underneath.
You should call them boy shorts, and that still makes a guy have a fantasy that they're okay.
Yeah, they ain't boy shorts.
Yes, they are. Yes,
Why don't you wear those instead?
Anna.
I'm just trying to be I'm trying to be opaque, as you would say.
Anna.
Yeah.
You're going to have boy shorts on.
I'm going to have boy shorts on.
Even though you're not.
Even though the
don't you
the
know
elastic
we
waist
lie?
will be up
we
to my
lie.
belly
Theater
button.
of the mind.
Don't you know we're in entertainment, which means what, Lummy?
You gotta have boy shorts on.
God,
With
you're
that,
show
we lie.
Show business.
You're
sorry.
so stupid.
I'm dealing,
Not
I'm
stupid,
dealing with
he's-
You're
five
dealing
things
with
right now.
what?
5 things
You're
right now.
supposed to be following my every lead, and you should have been there when I said we're in the show business, homie, which means what? Then you go, that means we lie.
That means we
Instead,
lie.
you're looking at, I don't know, whatever tonight's line is on some stupid-ass game, you son of a bitch.
I wish that was the case.
Sorry,
A
I'll
lot
be
of
wearing
HQ
boy
stuff,
shorts.
Better yet, you're not. I heard
No bra.
no bra, no panties.
Which everyone would love to see, which is actually horrible for me because I just look even more flat-chested than I already am if I don't wear a bra.
Any reason you're videoing?
Hold on here.
If Biden goes in,
All right, so hold on here.
any reason?
I just want to I got to go. See, when I go up, it'll start. So we had Bill O'Reilly on the show, maybe a month ago?
Yeah, if that.
And this is what Bill O'Reilly said on my show.
If Biden goes into the convention in the summer with not enough delegates, and I don't think he'll have them because there's no reason for Democrats to vote in any of the primaries, then the people at the convention, the delegates, can pick anyone they want.
And you think that's what might happen?
That could happen. Absolutely, it has happened many, many times in our history. On any day, Biden could submit an LBJ-type resignation letter.
Yeah,
it could happen at any time. It's just that they don't want Harris. The Democrats don't want her because she's a disaster.
Oh, she's horrible.
Nobody believes that Gavin Newsom could beat the Republicans. So they're hoping Michelle Obama
really
emerges, but I see no sign of that because Michelle Obama could win. She's not going to campaign. There's no way she'll ever campaign. But if there's no, if Biden resigns and she goes into the convention, they give her that nomination in a heartbeat. If Biden goes...
All right, so that's what Bill O'Reilly broke it right on down, a month ago, Lummy?
Yeah, about that, yep.
Now, what's this right here? This is them, Fox News or CNN?
No, it's Fox,
CNN or is it Fox News speculating?
It was Fox News speculating because she was on a podcast, I believe, yesterday or the day before, kind of alluding to the fact that she could run.
She was talking about issues that no one who was not running would be talking about, like the economy and the border and the importance of democracy and how I think she said she's terrified to think about what the next administration would be like.
Me too. I'm terrified
wins.
where the hell our country's going.
Well,
I'm
more
terrified
if Biden stays in office.
I'm terrified of immigration.
Yep.
I'm terrified of homeless people unless you live in Franklin, Indiana, and they throw you out of there.
So a lot of the guys on the right, like Fox News and News Nation, were speculating that this is her kind of way of kind of feeling out the waters.
I have a 7-step plan for Biden's reelection, and you can memorize them because I did them in alphabetical order.
All right, great.
Attack, 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 attack. Biden's trying to throw Trump in prison for the rest of his life, strip his business license, strip him off the ballot, and just call him a combination of Hitler and King George III. And the Obamas think he should go on the attack? I'm afraid to ask what this new level of attack would look like. But if Trump isn't damaged goods...
I will tell you this, man. We all love Tucker. Tucker's a friend of the show. Used to call the show every Tuesday for 6 years. Lummy, when my... Bam, bam, bam comes out. I'm going to do Tucker's show.
Nice.
I love Tucker. He's the king. I think he's at the highest ratings of all times. But I got to tell you, man, Jesse Waters is doing pretty good.
His delivery's solid.
He's doing. It's different than Tucker. It is, but I'd rather have Tucker.
Well,
but I'll take Jesse.
He was the producer for Bill O'Reilly for years. He was the word on the street guy. He would go to all the different places and ask the people different questions. And so he grew up with Bill O'Reilly.
You think him and Bill are still friends?
Yeah, they definitely are, because Bill spoke very fondly about him when he was on. But when you look at his cadence and the way he talks, it's very similar
By
to Bill
the convention,
O'Reilly.
Michelle Obama's positioning herself as Plan B.
You're right. His cadence and his
hand gestures.
And his timing is very Bill O'Reilly-like.
It is.
What's going to happen in this next election? I am terrified about what could possibly happen because our leaders matter. Who we select.
I mean, if somebody put a gun to my head, okay? Mm-hmm. Like if we were to be intellectually honest, if somebody says, Jay, I'm going to kill your entire family unless you pick one. And you got a chance to pick for the next president of the United States, our current guy, Joe Biden, for 4 more years, or Michelle Obama. I'd pick Michelle. I think she's at least more sound mind.
She's scarier.
You think so?
She's
Being
scarier.
more awake might mean more problems.
Well, because Biden can't hide what's going on. The Obamas were able to hide it for 8 years.
He's just trying to find where the salad bar in the White House is.
That's right. And now he has his wife leading him off the stage. That's the new thing.
Yeah, but he's not. He was never running the show, though.
Hold on here. Here's Michelle.
Here's
Michelle. Here's Michelle. I love her.
Who holds that?
I mean, if I had to have my first African-American girl, I might as well make her.
Yeah, might as well.
I mean, that would be, let me.
She wins 10 out of 10 times if they put her on the ballot.
Bully pulpit. It affects us in ways that
Would Barack be the first bitch then?
Yes, he would.
Yeah, he
Perfect.
would be.
sometimes
And
I think people take for granted.
she gets all
the
the
fact that
African-American vote back, because right now one of the big problems that Biden has is that the African-American vote is seeping away to him, to Trump, as well as the Latin American Hispanic vote. And so Michelle Obama is one of those personalities that is so well liked and so well revered that even a guy like you would say, I'd vote for her. Who cares? She wins 10 out of 10 times if they put her in. Mark that one down.
Well, I mean, Bill O'Reilly said, chalk it up to the convention. It's going to happen.
People think that government, does it really even do anything? And I'm like, oh my God, does government do everything for us? And we cannot take this democracy for granted. And sometimes I worry that we do. Those are the things that keep me up.
She never spoke like that before.
Our leaders matter? Is she talking about Trump or Biden? Hard to tell. But the former First Lady, who rarely expresses her political views so pointedly, is sending out the bat signal.
What is the thing that...
Now, is this the podcast you're talking about?
The one that I watched?
Somebody said she was on a podcast recently.
On purpose, Jay Shetty.
Jay Shetty. Who the hell's Jay Shetty?
You don't know Jay Shetty?
No, I do not.
He's like a monk.
Is he really?
He studied to be a monk.
That's great. He's not a monk, though, is he? He just studied to be a monk.
He's a loser. He was a monk. I don't know if he's a practicing monk
when you're
anymore.
a monk, can you still get ass when you're a monk?
Yeah, he's married. He left the monastery. He's just he studied to be a monk, and now he's back. And
you should go in there and be you should go in there and be a monk and find out all the dirty things that happen as a monk. Then quit being a monk, get some hot ass,
monking around,
and then write a book on how corrupt the monk is.
He has written a book. He's got beautiful eyes.
More to do with the world that we're in. There's such a thing as knowing too much. It could be any range of things that comes across the desk of the leader of the free world, right? So I know a lot about what's going on, and
means your
husband, she was part of the administration. You'll listen.
It's like your husband's flapping his gums a little too much. Some things you're not supposed to tell your bitch. You're supposed to just keep it as your man.
Clearly, he did.
What keeps me up?
Especially if you're a leader. If you're a leader, you don't ask your bitch, what you're going to do with this and this and this. You just do it.
For the things that I know, the war in the region. In too many regions. What is AI going to do for us? The environment.
I want our next president to be an AI president. That way you can just program him to be whatever, right?
That's coming in 2032.
No thanks.
Let the Chinese deal with AI, Willie, right?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Are we moving at all fast enough?
No, but you know what China's going to do? Their next leader will be AI, and we're going to have to figure out how you deal with it.
He's going to
be smarter. Think about this. If you're AI, isn't AI constantly analyzing and trying to learn and everything like that? Far more at a faster rate than the average human being can learn. So can you imagine if you had an AI leader, it would learn about everything, and like your opponent's, shortcomings and how to negotiate and everything. Right?
Yeah.
AI is coming to everything.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not going to be replaced with AI because you can't get an opinionated, fat ass from Indiana. You can't emulate that.
The leader of a country with AI though.
Sure, you could,
but not a radio.
Skull and Bone. Anna, you get some like one of these Rockefeller / Skull and Bones kind of deals that runs the show anyway.
It's already on autopilot.
And they just type in what they want, and your AI president tells the other AI president, this is how it's going to go.
If we learned anything from the Trump presidency, is that they don't really the deep state doesn't really like the president if the president doesn't agree with what they're doing.
The deep state. Here's what I understand is the FBI is a very prestigious organization. And when the FBI is, supposed to be investigating things and keeping us safe and all this kind of stuff, and they're fixated on this January 6th deal where, if maybe you were even there, they're trying to arrest you.
For sure.
The FBI, what would be the problem? Let's say, Jay, you and I, of course, you're a lawyer and you would know not to be there, but I'm a stupid, me and Sumo. Sumo calls me up and said, well, goddamn, meet me down there to the Capitol building on the 6th. There's going to be a blowout, big party. And we went down there and we're literally just sitting there on the steps watching. Just watching these people go in and out. Maybe there were some people that were doing some bad things. I don't know. But me and first of all, Sumo hates steps anyway, so we're not even going up there. We're just going to stay down the picnic table and watch all this nonsense. Okay? If we were at the picnic table, Jay, watching the nonsense, would the FBI be corralling us up right now?
Oh, the FBI would be looking at your financial transactions for 6 months. They'd be looking at everything you did for the 48 hours beforehand. They'd be trying to figure out what your social media said.
IRS.
And what I've recently learned.
IRS, FBI, it's all the same.
What I recently learned is, Congress is charged with the responsibility of investigating and having oversight for government entities. But they don't have arrest power and they don't have the power of the criminal conviction. So if they find that the FBI does something wrong, they can report it to the Justice Department. And then if the Justice Department chooses to do nothing, like they did after Russiagate and all the other things that we know fraudulently happened, then people walk away without any penalty. And so the FBI, I've been paying attention to politics since I was 18. I really didn't realize how unaccountable the Justice Department and the FBI are to the American people.
And how much a good old boy system it is.
They're all implanted there for decades, every one of them. And then you're in the FBI for 30, and then you go to the CIA for 10. And then you go to the NIA, the National Security Administration. You're there forever.
Then you go to Homeland Security,
and you're there forever. Mike Pompeo,
and then you go to
George Bush.
Maybe we got a new one too now. We got Space Force.
Yes, we do.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that. That's cool.
Space Force.
We have it over Patrick's Space Force Base over at the East Coast. It's no longer Patrick's Air Force Base.
It's Space Force.
It's killer.
Bunch of nerds rolling around with.
It's awesome. They're actually doing
virtual
things
reality
there
glasses, playing some stupid ass war. Let me do some words. DeSantis is now saying that he's going to try to keep Biden off the ballot in Florida. What? For what? Like, what is Biden?
Oh, because Trump was knocked off the ballot in Colorado.
To try to prove to the Supreme Court that this is a slippery slope and you cannot let Colorado and Maine come up with a unilateral determination as to who can be on the presidential ballot. And so he's saying it's what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And so if you're going to take Trump off, we're going to take Biden off. I don't know if it makes good political sense, but I think from a legal perspective,
I think DeSantis knows that his goose is cooked. He's done, so he might as well make some cool ass GOP splash over here.
This helps
in Florida.
Trump.
No. What I'm saying is that DeSantis knows he's done,
right?
And he wants to stay in good favor of the party,
yes,
because he could very well potentially be one of two things, maybe potentially a VP candidate.
I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah,
okay, so since you don't think that's going to happen, which I agree, I don't think, certainly a guy that could throw his hat in for the next one.
Sure. I think
4 years from now.
Yeah.
Agreed. So what this does, though, is how does this help Trump? Well, it proves to the Supreme Court that by allowing Colorado and Maine to do what they're doing, it creates a slippery slope where it could be a tit for tat. And so
all the Republican governors can just get together and say, hey, listen, we're going to take Biden off of our ballot since you guys are screwing with our guys. We're going to screw with you.
When they say
that's all politics is now.
Right.
Screw with me, I'll screw with you, bitch.
And so they're saying, we can do it because he's failing to execute the laws by allowing unfettered immigration in the southern border. And so that's what they're saying is, okay, well, you determine that
immigration is going to kill
quote
us.
Unquote engaged in an insurrection without a legal determination that he had. And so they're saying, okay, well then, Biden, you've engaged in illegal conduct and we're going to take you off of the ballot. It all sucks. It's all anti-democratic. They should all be on the ballot.
I have to go into words, but I saw this yesterday. It is it's from Daily Wire, and it was a trailer with Candace Owens, and it was about the Black Lives Matter. They just did a documentary on the Black Lives Matter shakedown, and it's by Candace Owens, and the trailer is. Have you seen it yet, Anna?
Is it The Greatest Lie Ever Sold?
Out a couple years ago?
It's good.
The Greatest Lie Ever Sold?
Yeah, it came out, I believe, 2022.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
I'm that stupid?
Well, you're not stupid.
I'm not.
I mean, I looked at it last night and thought it was brand new.
Clickbait.
Well, I still want to watch it.
Yeah.
Send it to me, okay?
Will do.
All right.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Oh, come on, you stupid ass piece of...
Bubba the Love Sponge lives because a dirty mind is a terrible thing to waste. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Is he in a wheelchair?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you send it to me?
Yes, I did.
Sometimes I see pictures and I think I see it. Sometimes I feel like I don't.
Did you ever see the clip of Biden back in the day when he was running for an office and he was introducing somebody and be like, oh, when Sumu's over there, stand up, Sumu. But not knowing he's handicapped. And the guy's like, oh, God bless your soul. It's like the most awkward video where he's, calling out a handicapped guy to stand up.
Yeah. It was, I mean,
He's been the gaff master for 4 decades.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good look. Wait, did I talk to you about the Gypsy Rose thing? Have you
You did.
following that?
You did. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm planning on it. What do you think of Kat's analysis of
Again,
the
I only
big
watched
3
the
or
first
4?
hour and
But
a
that's
half,
the big 3, like the Cedric the Entertainer and all those people.
Harvey, calling everybody out.
Yeah.
Sumo, you need to.
It's really their word against
We need to get.
theirs.
We need to get our friend Fred there. Fred, our friend. We need to get Fred, our friend from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Some Bum Army stuff.
Yes.
So
piece that he's told.
Yeah, like you said,
It's absolutely there. I watched it. It's absolutely there.
Yeah.
And then the other thing where you said, did I have a roast where I came and 10,000 people and I roasted
Okay,
them? That's
good.
on there too.
I'll take Fred.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah,
Grand Rapids.
I absolutely
Is it
did.
in You watched it?
Yeah,
about 45
absolutely destroyed all the stuff that's on there. You can find.
What's up, boss man? How you doing?
Before, but now it's all like a day or two old. People found it.
Well, now you know what I do for a living.
He lit Steve Harvey up.
I didn't know he was from Ohio.
I didn't know anything about
I
it.
learned some shit here.
He moved away for
I didn't know he had 15 or 12 specials.
I'm just glad you get the wig wax, bitch.
He was this caricature of a comedian who had a one-trick pony. Very intellectual.
Yeah.
Very well read and very like sweet in the way that he deals with people and strategic. So I just found the whole like
Lummy, hey Sumo, it's so goddamn tight. I actually know the guy from person. And if I see you wheeling wig wax, did you have?
Yeah, he was definitely like.
You probably have a department on all the emergency.
But because Shannon Sharp stood up, he's like this big.
Yeah, so if you just
he's a tiny little dude.
Here's I got the lights and shit.
Really powerhouse.
He was great. He just never won a Super Bowl. He was one of the best.
They're violating. We were talking about that yesterday on the air.
Barnett's
got a fucking an umbrella fucking making semi-stop.
Last year it was 45,000.
Or I would say probably 13 years. Pretty long time for at the time.
Right.
And it's got signs everywhere. I mean, signs everywhere.
You're just laying for them, aren't you?
No, we don't want them there.
No, but you're laying for them if they get in the cut.
Yeah,
I should know that too.
So the other day,
You remember what?
Oh, I remember watching him for sure.
Go down my street and
And I've always liked his analysis. I think his,
Nice.
if like you read the transcript of what he says, it's perfect.
you can.
Always. There's no ups, there's no outs. He says it perfectly.
Yeah.
His the way that he articulates speech for some people drives him crazy. It doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's on the good side of recording. I'm usually on the bad side of recording.
34 million views now. It's like the most.
Yeah, I had to find it on Twitter.
So Sumo, when we get down, we'll run upstairs real fast.
Isn't that weird how that happens?
Yeah, it was like whole video, entire interview.
Just look up Club Shay Shay, and then you can find him. And then even if it's different, if it's a different podcast, you can just go to his.
Yeah. So I just found it on Twitter and it was fine. Yeah, it was annoying. Lamborghini Mercy. That bitch, she's so thirsty. That juicy. Donnie Don.
Hey, Bubba.
What?
Who'd Shannon Sharp play for?
Shannon Sharp played for the Broncos.
Broncos. That's it?
Mm-hmm.
The whole time?
Mm-hmm.
And if he had won a Super Bowl, could argue.
No. Sumo, did he go on for the Ravens for a little bit?
Who's that?
Shannon Sharp.
I don't know.
Hold on.
If he'd won a Super Bowl, though, he could have.
Alexa, what teams did Shannon Sharp play for?
Probably should be anyway.
That's what I was
Shannon Sharp played for the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I was right.
NFL career.
How about the guy that's retiring this year from the Patriots? They said he won't make the Hall of Fame, but he should be the first
tight end.
gasser, I guess. Special teams player. And he's played 18 or 19 years. Belichick said he was the greatest player to ever play for.
And he was with Tom through most of those Super Bowls.
Oh, yeah, all of them.
How could he not get in?
I don't know, but I mean, he'll be the first one, a special team.
Well, there's got to be a first always, right?
I believe that's what they call this position, a gasser.
But there was never any Shannon Sharp drama. I mean, he was off the field, no problem. In the locker room, no problem.
No, I don't think so.
How you doing, Perma Ground? Big E, Sicilian Redneck. How's everyone doing? I haven't been paying attention. Sorry, guys. Nice group of lips. Hope you enjoy it. Maria Guatemala, see you this weekend.
Well, at least he has his priorities in order.
Great. What do we do with him now?
We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Let me, my boy down at Ag Pro in Ocala, he make sure I got a tractor for my lily tiller. Your lily tiller and dirt track prep is one of the most important pieces of machinery. It can dry up a track. It can get moisture back down in a track. There's only 3 people in this whole entire room that know what I'm talking about. But my boy Garrett from Ag Pro makes sure I got me a nice tractor. So thank you. Remember that next time you need to get a tractor or something like that. Ag Pro. They're all over.
Awesome.
Ag Pro. So did the FBI ever do anything with these people?
To BLM?
Yeah.
No. Biden just said a couple days ago.
Biden said what?
In his speech a couple days ago that the BLM were like this. It was a great movement for the history of the United States.
Really?
Yeah, he praised them.
Well, here's
even though they've been exposed multiple times for being a sham.
And here is Candace Owens, and this is from the Daily Wire, and I know
it just came out apparently
2 years ago.
Oh,
but I did see this yesterday, and I was like, well, I'd like to talk about this on my show, even if it's 2 years old, just because of the absurdity of it. It's like if this is anybody else,
sure it is.
If this is any other organization, including the I don't know. The Proud, I mean, do they put the January 6th thing on the Proud Boys? Is that a Proud Boy or Antifa moment?
Not Antifa.
Just a MAGA, just like a MAGA.
They try to make it, yeah.
They're trying to make it some group.
Probably a
right?
Yes, Proud Boys. They were like the heads of Proud Boys are a few of the people that were actually convicted for insurrection.
So, they want to make sure they try to blame somebody. You just can't have a gathering of people. That the FBI could potentially be looking at, and they like to put a little name on there. So the FBI is really, really steadfast on getting these Proud Boys in trouble.
Yeah,
they're saying there might be up to like 1,200 arrests after it's all said and done.
No convictions.
And I sent you what Biden said. It's a short 10 seconds.
Oh, what Biden said about Black Lives Matter?
About, I think it was yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, this is important.
So hold on. This is
historic movement for justice in the summer of 2020. I signed the most significant police reform executive order in history. After the historic movement for justice in the summer of 2020, I signed the most significant police reform executive order in history. After the historic
which was
that's
what?
it. That's a historic moment.
Well, I was trying to keep it up, but yeah, he was calling the BLM riots a historic moment for justice for the United States.
Well, Candace Owens, who's a pretty fancy journalist, and she's easy on the eyes too.
Is that
that might be my new African American crush is Candace Owens. I love her.
Oh,
I'd love to blast her. What, Rhett?
That same clip of Biden, is that from when the protesters took over, started yelling at him?
Yes.
Well, here's how.
South Carolina.
So the Black Lives Matter documentary came out a few years ago. My only question is, did anybody from BLM get arrested?
No.
Did is the FBI looking into them?
No.
So Black Lives Matter released.
Look how beautiful she is, like almost Cuban.
She's had a kid too.
She's had her third kid.
Oh, I mean, she's good and
with her husband.
So Black Lives Matter released their 990 IRS filings. They collected $80 million.
Hold on, let me just stop. $80 million.
And Bubba, before we even go through this, because I just have an idea of what it's going to say. You know what percentage of the Bubba Army Foundation goes to the actual charities?
95.
Okay. Wait till you see the obscene.
And the 5% of my total foundation take, that 5% is just what my
hard costs.
Well, no, my account. I only have one account. I only have one cost, and that's my monthly accounting deal. So and that's like $500
a week.
No, it's like $195 a month or something like that because we don't have a lot of action. So like 98% of all proceeds that we take in go out.
No salaries to you. No board members. No costs. Like, let's go take this trip over to Orlando for Bubba Army.
There's never been a meal. There has never been a car payment. There's never been a cell phone payment. There's never been a salary. There's never been, I think we may have rented a tent before or something like that. But, there's never been anything like that. We have no salaries on my foundation. And so thank you for tying that in, Jay. Let's go further.
$80 million.
That's $80 million of probably African Americans sending their money in saying, this sucks. We want some representation and we want some say-so. And so you're preying on your own at the end of the day.
Probably mostly from white people.
Well, it's also tons of corporate money. This is like when Nike and all the companies are like, we are going to give them
Nike just
$100
dropped
million.
Tiger because they had to go to give to BLM. Hey, Tiger, we can't support you anymore, even though you've been with us for 37 or however 26 years. Yeah, Nike just dropped Tiger. Did you see that?
It's the dumbest business decision
We can't
ever.
be with you anymore, Tiger, because we're writing BLM checks, bitch, about to get ours.
It's not you, it's me.
Everything looks worse than it was.
Where have you seen that money impacted throughout the city? So my producer just sent me a link. It is just shocking to me because of how much money was raised to think that where he lived, the bills weren't being covered. Super frustrating, but that's a dead end, so. And here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Ready for some BLM pride?
Here, hold on. So this is how they spent. This is some of their expenditures right here.
Another $200K went to escorts, BDSM workers.
Listen, you know what? Sounds like I'm the head of Black Lives Matter. That's exactly how I'd be spending my money.
That's how I spend my money.
If I had a foundation that wasn't squeaky clean like the one that I had.
No, you're right, squeaky queen.
And then I would just be like, you know what? If I'm listen, let's start a foundation so we can have some fun, go down to Oz and stuff during the daytime.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is how Black Lives Matters. This is some of their expenditures, which I'm not hating on them.
Escorts, BDSM workers, strippers, peep show workers, phone sex operators, and webcam performers.
Hell yeah!
And then at that moment, it became personal. And I thought,
and you know what? All of that didn't get the eyes of the FBI. We brought in $80 million, $200,000 on sex workers and, cam whores and all that kind of thing.
Not only am I going to say the truth, I am going to scream the truth louder than you can scream the lies.
The greatest lie ever sold.
That's incredible that the majority of the world hasn't seen this.
Yeah, I mean, the majority of the world hasn't.
Oh, hell yeah. It just came out.
I sent you a news article from 2023 about BLM and how their tax records looked.
Hey, the IRS is all over my ass because I underreported for $700, and that $700 is turned into $4,400 now with penalties. But what the hell are you doing with the Black Lives? Why don't you stop worrying about me? I'm actually trying to pay my bills, IRS. And why don't you start worrying about Black Lives Matter? How about that?
They actually said that the rules were racist and that they were not able to understand them, because they had homes, multi-million-dollar homes that they purchased to just hang out in and have parties, and they were meetings where they accomplished what did they accomplish? Nothing. Where they gave nothing back to the communities that they supposedly were helping.
Listen, I mean, we can't do White Lives Matter. We can't do that. We can't even do All Lives Matter. But you know what I am? A fat white guy. I can do Fat White Guy Lives Matter.
I'm in.
Well, I believe in the philosophy of it. I do not believe in the organization.
Black Lives Matter bought a swanky Southern California home for $6 million using donations, according to the New York Times. 3 leaders of the social justice movement.
She's hungry.
She needs a charcuterie.
Secretly bought a house. I mean, is it one of those kind of articles where it just doesn't?
Yeah. But it kind of shows that I think they only had $9 million left or something like that, and they're still paying the executives millions.
They only got $9 million left.
I was trying to read the article real quick.
The organization always planned to disclose the property on the upcoming 990 due May 15th as part of the Black Lives Matters, whatever. What's BLMGNF? Black Lives Matter Go.
Global.
Whoa.
Global Network. Black Lives Matter Global Network.
Foundation, probably.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's not start guessing letters, all right?
Yeah, my letters are usually not socially acceptable.
Wow. Let's calm down.
I can't get it to fire. There we go. They went in for a money grab and got it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this,
It was right
Jay.
after the George Floyd deal.
Yeah.
And that got everybody
It was
all whipped
formed
up.
like 10 years ago, but yeah, it really caught wind after.
No,
the
but Black
George
Lives
Floyd.
Matter prior to George Floyd, nobody really
You didn't hear about it as much, but
maybe
it was
the
out
Ferguson,
there.
maybe the Ferguson.
Yes, it was 2015
happened after
after
that.
Michael Brown, I believe, the Michael Brown incident. Let me ask Jay.
in Ferguson, Missouri.
Yes. Let me ask Jay some questions about just so Black Lives Matter is considered a charity organization.
Yes.
Okay, and so there are some
They're a
legal rules
501c3. They're a federally recognized 501c3.
Okay, so it's not the case that you can ask for money and then just spend it on whatever you want.
Yeah, you can.
Let me
Well,
just
that's
say
what I'm
first of all,
asking is, like,
Bubba
what
probably
what
knows
legal
more.
rules are they breaking?
Between the two of us, Bubba and I probably know more about this area of the law than most people.
Oh, perfect.
And so the basic idea is you're supposed to spend money in furtherance of the charity's purpose. And sometimes they make the purpose of the charity so broad that they can spend the money frivolously.
Sure.
Most legitimate ones usually outline it with specificity. Every year you have to file a return that says what were your costs, what were your salaries, what were your board members making, what did you spend on commercials, all these types of things. And so that's where the problem with the BLM is. They never kept these types of accounting records, and they paid themselves way too much money.
Okay, but let me ask
to do
you:
nothing.
did they do anything illegal? Because they made it so broad that furthering of the black movement could be buying themselves a house.
Well, I think not paying the taxes is illegal.
Okay.
And so, they have tax requirements for these types of charitable corporations or charitable entities, and then they need to make sure that they keep accurate records and they pay their taxes.
Okay, so the fraud is that they didn't pay their taxes.
That's and a lot of people would say the fraud is that you're telling people you're going to raise money for the black community and that you don't spend any of it on the black community.
Well, the black community could be them if they're spending the money on themselves.
That's what they're arguing.
That's a fraud.
That's what I'm saying is like it's a scam, no doubt. But is it illegal?
No,
is what I'm
probably
asking.
not. Probably not.
If the FBI investigated it, it would be. You know what I mean? That's Bubba's point. If it were Bubba, I assure you, it would be illegal, and they would find some reason why he violated the tax laws or he violated the laws of reporting for these companies. And absolutely, it just depends what side of the aisle you're on.
Yeah.
Okay. But technically, them, taking $3 million salaries to run this organization that shakes people down under the guise of making the African American community better within your community that you potentially are, donating to, when really you've done nothing to help the African American community. All you've done is taken fat paychecks and buy houses.
But if you are black and you're part of the black community, then I guess it covers it.
You may not have violated any rules per se, but you are highly unethical.
Oh, no doubt.
Well, and you know
what?
That's
a question. But just because you're unethical doesn't mean it's illegal.
Well, the idea is that when you expose something like that, people stop giving to the charity.
Sure.
Because people see the charity as a sham. It's really just, a money laundering thing where people are trying to get money to get personal, wealth.
Sure.
And so, technically, I could have a foundation that's going to help the Bubba Army.
Sure.
And I could just pay myself tons of money, and everyone who knew in the Bubba Army could pay me. That's not.
Bet you better put B on payroll if you're getting money from Bubba Army.
It would all go to you.
Okay, thanks. Lummy, we got to get out of here because we got 2 more breaks, don't we? Have one more than another one?
Yeah.
All right, back.
I'm the bus lady. Hey, lady! I was so constipated I could hardly drive.
Sounds like you should call and tell Bubba all about it. It's the low-priced answer to a high-budget problem. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I got him thrown out.
Publicly, because what he did was he basically shamed him into admitting all these expenditures, and then the foundation, you can't make any money when people know it's not really being done for the purpose it was.
I had Mark Lunsford in my studio.
Yeah.
And he bought a new bus and a Harley and all this kind of shit.
That's it. The Harley and with the hotel rooms for all the family.
He
and
had he had a daughter that got sexually molested and killed.
I remember that part.
And so he started a thing called Jessica's Law or something.
Yeah, that's it.
And he was this.
And then he scammed people out a bunch of money.
He was
over
this
a
media
decade?
darling that was going and trying to do bike rides and fundraisers, all in the name of his dead daughter. And I just called him out. I said, "Man, you're living large on your dead daughter." And he got full hot
Bubba
on
went through line by line with Brent this guy's returns, and so it was shocking. It was huge news. I think I got a call on that one, Bubba.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get calls on that.
We could call all time drag. So are you coming to Thursday and Saturday?
Thursday and Saturday for sure. Yep. I'm excited.
Should be. It's gonna be a great time.
It's fun. Every year it gets a little more fun.
Bobby Payne is hoping his bill to lower the age requirement from 21 to 18 to buy a gun in Florida sticks this time.
Do it.
Republican Representative Bobby Payne is...
It's pretty cool.
You like it?
Yeah. It's get up, go over here. It was really...
All right, let me.
Yeah.
Back to Bobby Payne, 18-year-old.
Really?
One of them was 6 cars.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Is it
This ain't the
bad
Bob and
outside
Tom
Buffalo's?
show.
I haven't even been outside in the last few hours.
No, not really.
Okay.
It's actually he come across the skyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That had to be the fastest one. Oh yeah, it is, except for that traffic. They set it around down up 75 across.
I want to hear about these new honey holes you found.
No, you do not need to know about it.
You mentioned it. You brought it up.
Yeah, and it's between me and Sumo. It ain't it got nothing to do with
You
you.
mentioned it on the air. You wanted everyone to know.
Well, I'm telling you to shut the fuck up. We ain't telling you about our fucking honey holes. So nothing about them concern you or anything you'd be interested in.
You don't know me.
Yeah, I do know you, bitch. So just, I do know you.
You don't know what I'm about.
Hey, Bubba, that deal you guys are talking about, is that like a 501c company or whatever?
Yeah.
501c3. The
Maybe
NHRA
I'll
is
end up
one
at
of
the
those
dollhouse.
too.
You don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, I know. Theirs is probably a fucking shakedown, though.
Oh, you know it is.
You don't know. Me.
How could that? Shouldn't be.
Tender to be here on Friday. Then 7, and then the next day at 7:15 is the latest. Oh.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Jay? That NHRA?
Oh, dear.
What? Is it really? Yes.
What's it for, like the historic preservation of hot rod dudes?
The safety or something.
Well, maybe that's not a profitable organization. That would shock me if it wasn't profitable.
They got 7.
That would be like saying NASA. Morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Did you also notice what Michelle Obama was wearing? She was wearing like a pantsuit and she was looking way more like president. You know what I mean? It's like she doesn't usually. She used to wear like shoulder dresses all the time. Always, that was her big thing. She would show her shoulders.
She's wearing a lot of pantsuits these days.
Yeah. I think she went to Hillary Clinton's closet.
I don't know if she's fit, if you know what I'm saying? She's got
Take it to the
wide
tailor.
shoulders. She needs to go to the big and tall store.
Yeah.
With the other guys, ladies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Big Mike for president.
Hmm?
Big Mike for president.
Big Mike. Me.
You ever see the Joe Rogan stuff on that? Hilarious. He has a couple comedians, Seth Gillis and a couple comedians.
Shane Gillis.
Yeah, Shane's good. Yeah. Talking about that
Troy
cylinder conspiracy
Yeah.
theory that's on there. They just like
Yeah.
joke it out. It's
Have you
pretty
seen Shane? We played it on the show, but have you seen Shane Gillis' impression of Trump? It's so fucking funny.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, it's so dead on.
Yeah.
He's crying.
He reminds me of a friend I
Like a
have.
sad
He looks just
dog.
like I have a friend who's very similar. He's
Does your
super,
friend
super
have
funny.
Down syndrome?
No, but they look like it. That's funny you said it.
No, he makes jokes about himself. He
I
said
know.
that Down syndrome is in his family.
There's
He's like,
either those
it
two
nicked
or-
me, it nicked me. Yeah, they almost got me.
Nick.
His new special is pretty fucking good. I think it's on Netflix. It's pretty funny.
I have to check it out. And Joe always made a lot of people pretty
Is he Joe Rogan? I feel like I only found out about.
Nowhere near the rare air at the top of the heap.
I mean, we know what's important.
More like the bottom feeders existing on the scraps of society.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Don't forget today's after show will be a Clem Kush deal. Wherever you get your podcasting, we'll have it up by noon. It's just me and Seth Kushner hanging out, and it's affectionately known as Clem Kush. He hangs out with Anna on Thursdays, and that's called Two Live Jew.
Sure is.
He also hangs out with all of us on Monday, and that's just the regular old podcast. So he'll be in here momentarily, and we'll have it up by noon. This has a news article about Florida trying to lower the buying a gun age to 18. And then there's another story about another bill proposed in the state of Florida that would allow all kids to get free lunches.
Oh,
and
nice.
No, not nice.
Oh.
No.
You want people to be hungry?
No, but I want the rich people need to pay. Like Jay's kid that's getting dropped off in a Lamborghini. He needs to pay full price, and the other kid that's driving his bicycle, because his mom and dad don't have a car, he needs to get a free meal.
Well, Allison Tate
This is
said,
how this society evens
I
itself
agree
out.
with that. I have no problem with that.
Allison Tate said that the children are hungry, so you got to feed everybody.
Well, well, of course I'm hungry. All kids are hungry.
I'm always hungry.
But you can't ask the kids, but you could just, based on, I could spend a week on watching the kids and how they get dropped off and how they dress and let you know which ones need free meals and which ones don't.
But you know what? If this is all within the budget and they're not overspending for it, spend the money like this.
No,
that's good.
Let's save the money.
The budgets never get saved.
Debating over feeding children feels messed up, man.
Hoping his bill
Here we
to
go.
lower the age requirement from 21 to 18 to buy a gun in Florida
Different
sticks
article.
this time.
I know it's a different article. I said we had two.
Oh.
And here's the deal. I think you should have to be 21 to buy a gun.
You can go to war, but you shouldn't be able to buy a gun.
Yeah,
Can you buy certain guns at 18, like a rifle and a shotgun? But I think a pistol's at 21.
A similar bill was
I
filed
know gun
last year
stuff, too.
and was backed by House Speaker Paul Renner. Fellow
Here's
Republican.
the deal. If your dad wants to go out and buy an AR-15 and take you out shooting when you're 19, that's great. And when you're 21, you can then go buy one.
I think it should be 18, like Jay said. If you can vote and go to war, I mean, you should be able to buy a gun.
They make you wait till 21 to drink.
Hey, Bubba,
I think that should be 18
Then
too.
we should lower that down to 18.
What about the guns that
But the 18-year-olds now are out of control.
I don't understand whether it's
They're
like
a
you're
bunch
an
of
adult or
dicks.
you're not an adult. So if you're an adult, you should be able to
I'm
do
all
everything.
about taking as many rights as I can away from 18-year-olds because they're so soft and they're such a
Bubba,
dick.
what if you just let the people that serve buy a gun at 18?
That's too convoluted.
What do you mean? You have to show your military ID.
Just shut up.
That's
saying it should already be in place.
Well, I think it's great. Look, 19 and 20-year-olds should be able to buy a gun in the state of Florida, and they are adults, and they should have those rights.
It's a move.
18 and 19-year-olds aren't like they used to be. Period. Make them wait a few years.
That would overturn part of a law that passed in the aftermath of the mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in 2018. The shooter, who was
Wasn't he
19
17
years
at the
old
time?
at the time,
Oh, I didn't know
used a semi-automatic rifle to kill 17 students and faculty members. The state legislator and then Governor Rick Scott approved a law increasing the minimum age to
Worst governor we ever had. Ever.
Looks like the
buy
aliens
a
in Miami.
firearm to 21.
How can you be the CEO of a huge medical corporation and you have the largest fine? You have been fined as the CEO and the head of this company. You got the largest fine ever levied by the U.S. government, and go on to be a two-time governor and a two-time and now maybe a three-time senator. Just goes to show you, all you need is money. Follow the money. This alien-looking son of a bitch.
It's a mistake that we made a few years ago, and I'm glad that we're going to correct it.
Democratic Representative Anna Eskamani.
Oh, hold on. I'm voting by whatever the blonde is. Look at this.
Shooting is
Look
just
at this
one
right
of
here.
many examples of why the age should not be lowered.
We lost 17 people.
Not her.
Hottie.
Not her.
Hottie.
No. That's what you're going to look like when you grow up.
Full majority young people.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying.
We have the same name.
Yeah, I mean, Anna, 10 years from now.
Eskamani.
10 years from now, when you don't, when you
45.
start, eating sugar and not paying attention to your health, that's what you're balloon up to this.
And the fact that the legislature once again trying to repeal the
I'm not a
age
Democrat.
protection.
I'm not a nothing, but I still think that irresponsible. I mean, the 18, 19, and 20-year-olds aren't built like the way they used to. We need to keep them from purchasing, these assault rifles until they're 21.
So do you think they should up the age of voting and fighting in war?
Sure, absolutely. Take every right.
So what the hell are they
you
going to do between 18
Hi,
and 21?
I'm Bubba the Love Sponge, and I'm running for a big, important political office. And I would like to take as many rights as I can away from 18, 19, and 20-year-olds because they're stupid and young, and they make bad decisions.
As opposed to some people who get older and make bad decisions?
Hey, I made a sex tape, okay? Sorry.
That's a bad decision.
Full disclosure.
You should lose your voting rights.
Especially as we continue to see mass shootings across the country.
According to the National Gun
I want that blonde. Remember that? Did you see a blonde was on there?
Yeah, I did.
She split
the U.S. has
forever.
already seen 5 mass shootings in 2024. One of them, a mass shooting at a school in Iowa, left 1 dead.
Yeah, whatever. I'm out of here. I'm over this show.
Yep.
See you later.
See ya.
BubbaArmyHQ.com to get that podcast that I'll do with Kush here in a few minutes. Jay, thanks.
My pleasure. See you Friday.
Anna, thanks for being the irritating little bitch that you
No
are.
problem.
Lummy, my favorite.
Hi, Bubba.
I might have some heavy things that need moved today, okay?
No problem.
We need to get that sign hung. Jesus, Lummy.
We're bringing it in.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Co-host and show historian, Lummox.
Co-host, Anna Hummel.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council.
Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Brett, the Filthy Ginger, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello. I'm back.